Hello, and welcome to the Ascension of Farrahdor.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
We're bringing huzzah back, by the way.
Huzzah's the new thing.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Happy
Pizza.
Thursday!
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
How is
everyone? Oh.
Huzzah.
Huzzah! How is everyone?
Good. Really cool. I got some new dice.
Show him!
Listen, This isn't good. I won't be able to show you the actual thing, but
No, if you hit it really
Yeah,
hard,
yeah,
it'll
yeah,
bounce
yeah,
back
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah,
Go for it.
it's going to go out the window.
No, go on.
It's squidgy. It's a silicon dice.
Why do you lift the tray up so he can show you?
We'll see if we can.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and it's on the floor. And it's on the floor. And as predicted.
And we'll never find that again. What a
Dog's already
shame.
in it.
Dog's not even in the room.
Great,
He's already
you found
consumed it.
And they're really fun.
Yay!
They're fun to squidge.
They are so much fun.
Yay.
They are fun.
I feel like you wanted to chew that for a second.
I do.
It's
You
taking
have-
everything in her right now to not
You
put that in her
have
mouth.
no idea how much I have to resist.
Reminds me, remember
not
those
devouring
old
this.
Pokemon bouncy balls from like McDonald's
Yes.
or something?
Yes, and I
God,
did.
chewing
And I
on
used to
those
chew-
was just
oh yeah,
so good.
Oh, you get the right angle and the kit and the molars.
Everyone,
Yeah.
you would just get the bouncy ball. It was clear, and you just rip it apart, wouldn't you? Because
Yeah.
you wanted the
Yeah,
Pokemon
yeah,
attack.
and then when you
Yeah.
rip them apart, obviously the rubber made them look bigger. So when
Yeah,
you got
it
in,
was-
they'd be
like
like
a bit
this
tiny.
big, and I was so
Yeah.
upset.
And then
Disappointed.
Those
Yeah, then
bouncy
you eat
balls
it,
are
yeah.
peak.
Yeah, like a
Absolutely
Yeah,
little jelly
just
bean.
swallow it.
Yeah.
Little jelly bean.
Yeah, indeed, exactly.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you say you didn't used to chew on those rubber balls when you were a kid, you're a liar.
I don't believe
Yeah.
you.
Chewing on
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
Chewing on balls.
Chewing on balls.
Chewing on balls. Huzzah! Chewing on balls, am I right?
Happy Thursday.
Anything to announce? Anything to say?
I've done my announcement.
What was your announcement? Oh, you got
The
new dice.
Yeah, the dice.
Bought a pen.
Everyone's like on the last page of their books, apparently.
Yeah.
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 Oh my gosh.
We've taken
yeah, you
so
are.
many notes. Abby's on last page. Josh is on last 3.
That's
You've got how many?
wild.
1, 2, 3 left.
Well, then it's
3,
like
yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah, I've got 4.
Wow.
4 pages.
I can't believe it. That's the first time I think everyone's maxed out a book.
Oh,
I think so, yeah.
I think in
Right.
total I wrote about 3 pages of the campaign.
I can't believe
Yeah,
it.
last campaign I don't think I wrote. You know?
You
I can't
wrote
believe
a
it.
couple of notes
A
here
couple,
and there.
no,
But like,
didn't.
I use a system where it's like I have like an actual like a
Binder,
a
so you can add
binder,
pages
so I
in.
can like actually like add and remove. Oh my god, things as I go. So I just suggested to all of them instead of because I
Binder
can't. I
time.
don't have the capability to make them anymore.
It's binding time.
It's
Oh.
binding.
And then I
time.
bind it everywhere.
Binding of
Oh my
Isaac.
god! And in the darkness, bind them.
Oh my god, Matthew, what's that from?
The Binding of Isaac.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's from, yeah.
Is it Star Wars?
No.
Yeah.
Is it Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
in the darkness.
We could have said anything.
Yeah.
I was just going to go through all the movies I haven't
How to
seen.
Train Your
Even
Dragon.
one of them.
It's in
I've seen that one.
It's in Lilo and Stitch.
I've been seeing the How to Train Your Dragon test flight scene on TikTok.
Oh.
Like the song. It's such a good song.
Which is that the
Yes.
the remake of the OG one?
Well, it is the OG one.
It is the OG one.
that I
I
keep
mean, it's
seeing.
the same composer.
Yeah.
They've just changed bits of it.
Makes me cry.
But I saw
Yeah, it's
one
a
where
great
it was
song.
like they
Makes
were
me
playing
cry.
a movie in the background. They had the full orchestra.
Oh,
like
I
live
love
orchestra
that.
playing
Yeah.
the song. It was
Oh, I
That's
love
that.
that.
I love that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like they've done it for a lot of the like World of Warcraft expansions
I
as
would
well.
love to. I would love to go and,
And
sponsor
same.
them.
Man,
I
just
would.
I
hearing
really want
that
to see the
music.
Final Fantasy orchestra.
Yes.
Like,
So
yeah.
When you log into WoW, when you get that bum 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 bum
Yeah.
bum, 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 like watching them do it live,
Yeah.
magical,
Yeah.
crazy.
I agree.
Where I used to work, they did it for Twin Peaks, and all years, like before we got it in, I was like, I can't wait for us to program that.
Mm.
We programmed it. I was like, I can't wait to go for that. And then a week came around, and I was really unwound.
No.
No. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Get
oh,
destroyed.
That's devastating.
Yeah.
Skill issue.
Oh, that's
Yeah, skill issue.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love like any live music like that. It just gets me. It's instant tears. I'm afraid.
I mean, that's not a very high bar with you.
No, true. No, so true. So true.
Okay. Anything else?
I went. You know, I mentioned before that I do this thing where I keep track of all of my rolls for
Yeah.
every session.
Very.
Have you
yes.
put the data in?
I took my book home last week. I put the data in. My average roll is 11.29.
Oh,
And I've
hey,
done 409 rolls
that's
Wow.
over this.
That's erring on the side of good then.
that. Yeah,
yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
It's
listen,
above average.
that's
It's above
higher than I
average.
would have guessed.
That's yes.
I wish I'd kept track of mine so that you could do mine.
I
You're
would
the
be
only one with with natty ones outweighing natty 20s, I think.
Yeah, you are.
We had a look at it.
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
Yep.
You rolled badly this campaign.
Couldn't
Yeah.
be me.
Oh, and I rolled so well last campaign.
And the one before that.
Yeah.
Tell you who is
Silence
roll-
is so good at sneaking.
Yeah.
Margaret-
As was Dale.
Margaret always rolls well.
I
You
do.
do.
Like
You
in
got
every
consistently
campaign.
really
But
well.
tell you who's rolled better than normal is you.
Yeah, I have.
It is.
Yeah.
Normally
Yeah,
you
it
roll
is.
dreadfully.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
Dimmy
I mean-
and as Dimmy was
Dimmy was so
horrendous.
bad.
I had a great time last week.
Yeah, but I feel like you're pretty consistently good though.
Yeah.
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 You
Well,
go
I think
And I think it's
phases.
because you have 3 attacks.
Yeah.
And usually you've got advantage, so usually you roll decently, so it feels good normally.
Yeah.
Last week you were just frightened,
Yeah.
and that just was devastating.
Rinsed me.
Yeah.
Wild thing is, the way that this character is going, I have advantage on so many things. I have advantage on initiative, advantage on perception, sleight of
Stealth.
hand, stealth.
Yeah.
I'm going to have advantage in athletics.
Nice. Nice.
Insane.
Nice. I would love to see what the statistics of your
Oh
rolls
god,
have
dreadful,
been,
dreadful,
because
dreadful.
dreadful. I think I definitely roll the best out of everyone.
Yeah.
But then again, I also have days where I just can't roll anything above
I mean,
like a
that's true.
5. Like,
We all have those days.
yeah.
All of
Who
those
gets
days.
second best after? I think Abby's the last. Abby's
Abby
the
is
last.
the last.
Abby's last.
Are we including Jack as well?
Probably not.
I
I,
think
don't roll
it-
anywhere near as much
I
as
think
all of
it goes me, Josh, you, Abby.
Yeah.
But I think
I'd say that.
recently, I think Matthew is higher than
I
me.
think
I
flip-flop.
agree.
I might be
been
a little
constantly hitting
recently
30
biased.
yeah.
Oh
true,
yeah, with the intelligence checks.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You're rolling
I'm
so many.
smashing them
You're
bad boys.
rolling so many high
Expertise.
20s
Yeah,
in
I love
30s.
expertise.
Yeah.
Right, so we're talking about rolling dice. Shall we roll some now?
Yeah.
While we play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
Thank you so much to all our patrons and YouTube members.
You have no idea how much we appreciate your support.
Gain exclusive access either on Patreon or become a channel member here on YouTube for perks like channel badges and emotes on YouTube.
You get 2 extra and exclusive monthly live streams, including a roundtable with a cast of our D&D actual play, The Ascension of Farrahdor, for all of your burning questions.
As well as an intimate D&D advice live stream where we can answer your D&D questions in depth and one-on-one.
If you would like to support us directly and gain access to these perks, check the link in the description to go to our Patreon or simply click the join button here on YouTube.
Thank you.
I just rolled when you said
You
roll
just
now.
rolled the natural
I
one.
got a natural one.
Oh, is it?
So that bodes well.
Getting out of the way. Just getting out of the way.
get out of the way.
Get out of the way now.
That's how dice
yeah,
work.
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah.
so that means you can't roll a natural,
Natural
next
one.
time.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Just how it
It's
works.
Exactly.
Statistically impossible.
Abby is the exception to that rule.
I
Okay,
don't
so
want to be.
sadly you are. I'm so sorry. Can we tell me what happened last time?
Egg.
Yeah. Okay.
Egg.
We had a big fight
Had a big
in the
scrap.
hotel room with
Yep.
Huntmaster Zakia
Yep.
and Jeff.
Yeah, and we were like, wait, we nearly had to run because
Nearly,
shit
yeah.
got
Very
so
close.
I
bad
was putting in
so quick.
preparations for us
There
to run.
was
Yeah.
there was some meeting going down between Jeff and Huntmaster Zakia and somebody else who was going to be turning up, and Huntmaster Zakia had called them to this hotel room to make some sort of deal, to make some sort of trade. You realised it was some sort of egg that they were delivering. After you heard that message, you burst in. A fight ensued. Huntmaster Zakia very much lived up to his name as a dangerous,
Yes, he did.
dangerous hunter. But the first couple of rounds went really badly, but you began to bring it back, thus ending the combat with 2 out of the 4 of you down on the ground. You
Jeff.
killed
Jeff.
Huntmaster Zakia, but kept Jeff alive. After that, you began to clean up the room, understanding that you had is it intimate? No.
Immediate.
Nearly, yeah. Immediate guests coming
Mhm.
and put Huntmaster Zakia underneath the bed.
Imminent?
Imminent.
Imminent.
That's what I was looking for.
There we
big
go.
brain.
That's what I was looking for. Good stuff.
Dictionary, Josh.
You cleaned up the room, put Huntmaster
That's what we call
Zakia
him.
underneath the bed. Silence pulled out the rope trick, and you put a number of you and Jeff within there as your face of the party, led the negotiation, posing as Huntmaster Zakia, as Silence also posed as Jeff. You found a
Man, you're just going,
you found a chest of coins underneath a trapped floorboard that they were going to trade for the egg when it arrived. There was about 7,500 gold pieces. This person turns up, and it turns out it was
Tanto Barodan.
Tanto Baroden of Baroden Protections, the person who was being robbed the moment that you entered Caligor up top. He had arrived and had the egg with him, and you've noticed that he had two things on him. He had a tattoo of the Crimson Coin, and he said that that's how he acquired this. He was getting compensation for something, and instead of getting money, he'd been given this because apparently he was told it was worth a lot. It was worth around 7,000 gold pieces, is what you said, and swiped a handful for yourself, 500 gold. Or
458 specifically.
458 gold. He also had a letter in his pocket that had the name Kit on. The deal was complete. You are now in possession of the egg, and he has his 7,000 gold pieces, and he left. And as he left, Silence began to follow him. Silence followed him across the mists down here to a quiet part of the town. Underneath a bridge, he displaced a brick and put in the letter and put the brick back in place. You quickly snuck in, grabbed the letter, and hid in the darkness as you watched that person who you saw the first day that you turned up to Caligor, Kit, you imagined they are called, as it is tattooed on the back of their, behind their ear, and the letter was written to a specific person called Kit. This person comes in, displaces the brick themselves, and realizes that it was not there. They seemed extremely upset. They seemed extremely put out. They seemed extremely worried that this letter wasn't there. They left, you left, meeting back up with the group, and it said a number of things inside. It said...
The Becton Complex.
Yeah.
Extraction gear as normal.
Yeah.
Weaponry for the Peace March. Tomorrow, the 67th of Solace Eve on 8 p.m.
Yes, that's exactly what it said. You met back up with the group. The group decided to get out of this place, taking the body of Huntmaster Zakia, taking Jeff with you, pulling him in and out of the bag of holding every now and then to give him some air, until you went to that very quiet, rundown outskirts of the mist, on the very cusp of the edge of this city, within the ribcage of this titan. You found an abandoned warehouse. Silence took Jeff over to one side. He was hogtied, he is bound, he's gagged, he is immobile for this moment. And on the other side of the warehouse, Huntmaster Zakia was brought back to life by Theo to ask him a couple of questions. What did you find out?
We asked, what did the ritual entail? Oh no, why are you doing this? He said everyone has different reasons, but Huntmaster Zakia's was he had too many brethren die, and because the Hunt refused help from the Equitus Circle, and the Ica helps them. But what about the one that creates it? Theo then asked, what does the ritual entail? They need the egg to be at the temple as well as the vessel to be fully corrupted. And then the egg and the vessel will hatch at the temple. And then they can find her. We asked where Razun was. He is underneath the processing facility. We found out the name of the doctor, which is Alaric Blackthorn.
Correct.
And then... he didn't know where the temple was, but the drow does. Because it's a new discovery?
Yes.
Yes.
And you found that out from the conversation that you had
We found out
eavesdropped
they
on.
had, yeah.
their name as well.
That.
The
Yes. Yes.
Reaver Shield, the Life Render.
That's the one.
So that was the
Ringo.
That was the woman that was dripping with the black.
The Drider.
Not
Drider.
the Drider, yeah. Not the drow that you had seen down in the cavern.
Yes.
But that drow had mentioned that they had found the temple, you imagine, in the Underdark somewhere, and that the other things, when the vessel was fully corrupted, when they were in possession of the egg, everything was to converge at the temple to have this carry out. So, in this moment, as the life leaves Huntmaster Zakia once more, and this warehouse falls silent. You can see in here, it looks like an abandoned soup kitchen of some description. Like one floor, there's nothing above you, but the roof has like holes here and there, and this cold draft pushes through, causing almost like a wind tunnel. There are pots and pans and crates of grain and things like that in here that have just long rotted and rusted. This has been barren for a long time.
When Theo used magic to speak with dead, did Lenore, this is just out of my curiosity, did Lenore see a reflection of what she would expect to see? Something along the lines of a soul returning, or was it far more clinical and more arcana based than that?
It was not the soul returning to the body. This was still soulless.
Right.
I think it actually specifies in the spell description, like it's more of a simulacrum. It doesn't actually bring the soul back, so they can't.
Right.
But you
Theo
siphoned off a
essentially-
bit of your
Yeah,
soul,
I
didn't you?
temporarily lent him some of my soul
Right,
to kind
I
of come
see.
alive.
Breathed enough life into him
Right.
to allow him to answer these questions, but that's it. There was no soul returning.
Yeah.
But I guess you saw that as someone who's in tune with souls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that.
I sit down just on the ground, panting a little bit.
You all right?
Yeah,
That looked like it took a lot out of you, literally and figuratively.
it does. I mean, that's actually the first time I've done that.
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty scary.
That was awful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we asked you to do that.
I'm sorry you had to see that. I didn't. I know that was your choice. I'm just gonna have a sit down. What's the plan with Jeff?
Well, we'll get to him in a second, I guess.
Yeah. I have no leaning either way. Whatever happens with Jeff,
Looks like they're trying to take my dad to some temple.
The temple I mentioned yesterday.
it sounds like it. I guess if we're trying to put two and two together.
Today. Oh my god.
Oh, is it today?
Oh my god, it was today that we had that conversation. Jesus, that's been a long day.
It's
yeah.
been 3
This-
sessions long we've been on the same
Wow.
day.
This day you went to Cloaks and Capes
Yeah.
You
Oh
went
my
Wow.
god.
to the Magic Tower. You came
God.
down into the mist. You did the whole thing
Yeah, oh
at
my
the Shallow
god, with
Swell.
Cassius.
You went to the Zereth Temple. Then you went
Oh my god.
It's been
Big
a long
day.
day.
to the
big,
hall.
big day.
Big
Oh,
day.
big day out.
It
Oh,
is-
big day
It
out.
is late now.
Damn.
It is late in the day.
Damn. Look, I don't care what happens. What becomes of Jeff, I really don't. But I understand that he has information that we need, that you need, Ranga. And I do just want to say that however we, or I suppose you, choose to go ahead here, things like this can change you, and things like this can stay with and will stay with you. There's no going back after what happens here.
As Lenore says that, I'm gonna just stare down at the tattoos on his hands. I'm gonna try and do some. I won't do anything that'll change me, I don't think.
I believe you. I do.
But, Jeff's well-being overall is up to him.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to stand up and walk closer to Ranga in an attempt to talk quietly so that Jeff can't hear.
Mm-hmm.
The threat of violence can be as effective as violence itself. We can threaten him. I've got a knife in my hand. I go, put this under the nails. It'd hurt real bad if you twist it, but we don't have to twist it. Let's make him think we will.
You know what? If we don't have to hurt him, that'd be nice. And, I'd like if we didn't kill him. I want him to spend a long time thinking about what he's done.
All right. You're in charge here.
You are.
Theo kind of grimaces as you do the knife thing with your nails. Like Lenore said, and Stalin says it's up to you. You're in charge here, but I'll excuse myself to another room if that's okay. While I can't partake in this. And I do so. I'm going to shoot a little message to Jeff as I leave, and I'm just going to say, Ranga isn't fucking around. This is his family. I recommend you comply. And then I'll go to a different room.
You see him, legs and arms behind his back in a extremely uncomfortable position, with like his mouth bound, and he's just sort of rolling, trying to like free himself, but having no luck at all. And when you send that message, like he just stops for a second as he's just like rocks there, and then he just doesn't start to try and free himself again.
I'm going to walk over to where he is, and I'm going to use a bit more rope to tie him to something nearby.
Time to Ranga.
Yeah. Like, I know there's probably not like a radiator in here, but something.
Mhm.
Is there
There's probably
anything I
some
can tie
pipes or
him
something.
to? Yeah.
Are you undoing him from his hog tie?
Not yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie up one of his arms and his other legs fresh, like a new tie,
Mhm.
to something so that I can free one arm
Mhm.
so that he's got one arm free. But
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Very good.
Let's do this.
So he's got one arm free now.
And I'm holding it and I've got a knife
Okay.
close to it.
I'm going to, in the other room, just in an effort to not think about what's going on in this room, just start to identify that necklace we took from here, his magical necklace.
So there isn't another room in here.
I'll go to a point, maybe around the corner, just to a point where I can't see what's going on.
There is like a big side of this soup kitchen, and then there is a place where Jeff is tied, where there's a number of like crates and barrels and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You can go back into the soup kitchen area and be not in the immediate vicinity,
Yeah, I'll
or
do
you
that.
can head outside. It's up to you.
I don't want to go outside just in case someone comes along and
Okay.
kills me.
Yeah.
But I will just try and get myself as far away from the situation as I can.
Stabs
Yeah,
you for
no
about
problem.
80 damage.
Oh no, it's a game.
Yeah.
Okay, so you three move towards Jeff, you having freed one of his arms but holding it tightly with
Mhm.
a knife in the other hand. And you can see that there is... Make me an insight check.
Seven.
Nice.
Was a natty 2.
Nice.
You can see that he doesn't seem massively afraid right now.
Oh, 8.
Not yet.
As we go over, Lenore's gonna stand to the side and allow Ranga to kind of lead, but she is gonna say, when we were in that room before and she gestures to Zakia without actually saying the words, I said we could try talk this through. You seemed receptive, the offer still remains, so you better still fucking talk this through.
I'm gonna go over and gonna go over and rip off this gag that he's got in.
Okay, you pull off the gag and he's like... He breathes properly through his mouth. Like panting a bit. He seems just moving his jaw, being able to like close his mouth again.
I'm gonna get my water skin, and from like above him, I'm just gonna pour some water like onto his face, into his mouth.
He drinks it very, very, very desperately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Ranga's a good man. Lenore's a kind woman. I'm not sure I'm either good nor kind. If you don't comply with them, I ain't gonna hesitate to kill you, and I can make it hurt.
Do you want to make me... What are you...
I'm just trying to
you-
spook him.
Okay, so you want to make me an intimidation check.
Please, 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 please.
Oh, that would spook me.
Hey.
Oh, 19.
Nice.
Oh, bloody hell, that was fucking metal as fuck.
You see him nod a little bit and he looks over the three of you. You see him look past you and you can see him looking at the dead body of Huntmaster Zakia. And you just hear him say, what did you do?
Is he referring to just then?
What just happened?
You're not the one that gets to ask questions here.
And it was very easy for our friends. So, we could replicate that again if we need to. If you don't tell us what we need to know now. And trust me, That is not what the soul wants.
You know what, Jeff? You've pissed me off in a number of ways. First, you've made yourself a disgrace to the Obsidian Hunt. That's bad enough. I'm just gonna stare into his eyes. And now you've gone after my family. And that is something that I will not let you do. So I'm gonna ask you now, where's my dad?
You see him consider not telling the truth. You see him consider not saying anything at all. But then he looks back over silence after the successful intimidation check with the knife, and he just looks down at the knife and he looks at his hand that the knife is hovering dangerously close to. He's under one of the processing facilities.
Which one?
The one that processes the bone marrow.
Why did you get involved in this?
Because I'm sick of watching everyone die. I'm sick of watching people come back from hunts unprepared, under-equipped. There's so many things that the hunt could do to make our lives easier, and we're not doing it.
You're going to have to elaborate on that.
He turns and looks at Ranga. We've had many offers from many different places and organizations that will make our lives easier in the hunt. That would aid us, that would help us, that would make this easier, that would cause less pain and less death. But your father refuses for whatever reason. Was it tradition? Is it pride? I don't know. But I'm not going to stand by and watch my brethren die when there's something like this, like we're working on with this Ica, that can help us, can make us stronger, can make us heal faster, can make us more resilient. It's something we need.
So for that, you're willing to go behind the back of the man who started the hunt. Do you even know what you're involved in? Do you even know what the implications of the egg, of the vessel, of the doctor are?
You seem very quickly and honestly say, no, I don't.
And you were able to rest easy,
No,
not even considering that.
I'm not resting easy. These decisions aren't easy, and I'm not the one making them. But something needs to change.
And you thought this was the way.
Well,
Never
what other
heard
choice
of a
have I got?
fucking union.
No, what's that?
Sorry, I couldn't resist. You know, my dad and his friends saved our entire town with the most basic of weapons. People know what they signed up for. And, you know, it's gotta be about how much effort you put in by yourself. If you want it enough, nothing will stop you. You saw what I did with the Huntmaster when he blew my guts out. I heard you.
When he blew my back out.
My pussy.
Dreadful. You see him. No, look, Ranga. I understand. But we're not just dealing with the Regrouping anymore. This is nationwide now. We don't need to just deal with just obsidian and a stick that we tie it to with a rag. People want to help us, so why are we refusing it?
Don't really have the answer to that. But this ichor you're talking about, that'll make you better, faster, stronger. It's not without its downsides, you know. I'm gonna show the syringe to him. Our friend looked into this, and it can be so fucking dangerous to your body. You have no idea what it can do to you. If you're all saying that you're gonna try and use this amount of power to make yourself better permanently, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Insight checks. 3 of you.
15.
9.
6.
Okay, no problem.
Do you even know what makes this stuff, Jeff?
No. I don't.
Insight check.
Give me an insight check.
Ooh.
20.
A little wispy.
Oh,
Oh,
my gosh.
wispy whisk.
Oh, goodness.
Are we thinking as of now it comes from Ringo? Because she was dripping black ichor, right?
Because
Reckon it's her
it was
blood?
described, yeah, potentially, or like
But then
something.
again, she wouldn't just be dripping her blood, would
yeah,
she? She would just
yeah.
I don't think it's coming from her.
be.
Like,
Do you reckon she's using it?
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what I don't understand, and I appreciate that you said that you ain't the one in charge, why go to this extreme to do what you have done? Surely these other agencies that are willing to help y'all ain't loyal to the leadership. Y'all could just undercut them without the whole whatever it is that you're doing with this temple. Couldn't you have just... Huntmaster Zakia, couldn't he have just said, yeah, I'll deal with the Equidus Circle? Why would the Equidus Circle be loyal to the leadership of the hunt?
You very much begin to understand when you ask him that question that he has no idea about the hierarchy of the hunt. He's very much just a foot soldier who got wind of an idea and didn't like the way things were going and is sort of following in the footsteps of the people that he does believe in. And I don't make the decisions. I can't make the deals. It's not up to me. It's up to your dad.
Well, he can't make any decisions while he's down there, can he? Who decided to do all of this to my dad? Who got him to the doctor? How did you even catch him in the first place is what I want to know.
You see the first moment of resistance.
The knife silence.
I start lowering the knife to... I'm gonna, slip it slightly under one of his nails. Not push it fully yet, but slip it, and I'm gonna say, you did make a decision. You just made the wrong one. And I'm gonna look to Ranga to see if he wants me to push it any further.
Just as soon as I see Jeff, resist a bit, I'm just gonna go... fucking kick him in the balls.
You kick him square in the nuts.
That probably doesn't... That probably hurts way less than what she's gonna do it even.
See his eyes open and just looks at his finger.
I do immediately pull his hand back after he's squirmed a
Yeah.
bit and put the knife not again under his nail but perilously close.
You two can make me one intimidation check with advantage, or both roll me one.
Both
Either.
pretty crap on it, aren't we?
I'm a +1.
-1.
Shall I do advantage? Is my dinosaur dice intimidating?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, no, they aren't. That's a 10.
You see, there's, we've made a lot of fun of Jeff throughout this campaign, but
Our good friend Jeff, I can't believe we've got here.
he is a hunt member. He's been faced with a lot of dangers in his life. He's got a lot of scars. He's got a lot of battle scars. This momentary pain doesn't seem to faze him.
Jeff, I'm trying to be a good person. And, I get that you don't want to comply, but I don't want to have to do things to you that might make me a bad person. And that's one of the things in life that I try to avoid. I'm going to, get the sword out and get one of my long swords out and put it, over his foot.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's up to you what happens to your own body. It's not up to me. I'm just going to stab him in the fucking foot.
Okay, you drive the sword through the foot. Roll me another intimidation check. This time I'll give you advantage because you've
We'll do one
literally
each.
physically harmed him.
Me?
Oh, no,
I don't.
You get it with advantage.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Don't use the group advantage.
1 and a
Yeah,
2.
use the group
Use the
advantage.
group advantage.
1 and a 2.
Listen,
Use the group
use the group advantage.
advantage.
It's going to be a natural 20, watch.
Oh, God, this is going horribly.
It's not going good, I'm not going to lie, guys.
I could try intimidate. I have good.
Actually, no, it'll be a 0 and a 1.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
I've got good intimidation.
Good shit.
Oh, there we go.
16.
Okay.
That's much better.
You drive the sword through his foot into the wood, and you hear him yell out in pain. Theo, you begin to hear the screams of Jeff.
I retrieve my earlier earplugs that I made.
Mm-hmm.
My squidgy earplugs. I'm popping them in.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to use prestidigitation to make them just play white noise.
Mm-hmm.
And challenge just
Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum.
anything but listening to this man yelling.
Theo's doing a guided meditation whilst we're torturing a man.
I'm trying to focus on identifying this necklace, and I'm just
This is the person that literally just cuts up animals into little bits.
He's listening to
Dead
Golf
animals.
Girlfriend gives you an ASMR
Not alive
haircut.
animals.
Well, I'll give you Jeff when we're done.
He screams out in pain.
As I'm doing it as well, I'm just staring right into his face. No change in face or anything like that.
You hear the violent screams of a man who is being tortured, and even though the three of you sort of knew what was going to happen here, the reality sets in that you are torturing a live human being. And it is...
Jesus.
The soundtrack just went. Fucking hell!
As he screams out, and you see him like tears come to his eyes, and the fucking blood begins to seep out of the wound in his foot. I don't know. I don't know who ordered it, but I know that we took the chance when he was down here. We rushed him. A bunch of us, and he put up a fight. He did. It wasn't easy, but we were able to subdue him. And then they took him. He took him to underneath the processing facility, and I haven't seen him since. I swear to you, I swear.
What was the end goal? You give your reasons, fair reasons, I believe, but you yourself say you don't even know why he refused these. I understand men like you aren't the people who lead, clearly, but to follow so blindly. What did you believe was going to be the outcome of this all, Jeff?
part of the Obsidian Hunt. And that's what we're gonna do.
What?
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hunt.
Hunt what?
Everybody make me a perception check.
What did he say? Sorry.
He
They're
said
gonna
we're part
hunt.
of the Obsidian Hunt and that's what we're going to do.
Fucking hell.
Including me or
I'm
not
about
me?
to.
You've blocked your ears, yeah?
Yeah.
And you're playing sound?
Yep.
Okay, no.
Dirty 20.
18.
Thank God, because I got out. Like 7.
Lenore. One second. Oh,
No.
get fucking over with migraine, I think.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Okay. You hear for a second as the conversation goes quiet in this very quiet part of town. There are footsteps on the street outside.
I'm gonna. Oh, I can't communicate with either of you in your head. I'm going to, while Jeff is still like squirming around, I'm gonna tap both of these, like on their arms, and just. Well, I want to do it in a way that Jeff doesn't see.
Saint Celestial.
Oh, great fucking idea!
I mean, right now this dude is in violent amounts of pain and is just like eyes closed and his head is lulled back. You could probably make a small gesture without him seeing, but if you want to,
I will. I will say in Celestial to silence that I can hear there's people above
on the street
on the street. I can hear there's people
right now.
I'll say back. Do you want me to go look at it? I'll give you the knife.
I'll take it, and I'll take up exactly the position.
I'm gonna go over to I nearly said Marcus. I'm gonna go over to Theo and tap you on your shoulder.
Are you done?
No, come on, there's somebody outside.
Okay.
And we'll go have a look outside.
I'll go with her.
Stealthily.
Happy to leave the place. I'll go with you.
Okay, stealth check.
14.
Mine's pretty good. Oh, it's over 20. Oh, Jesus Christ, 24.
Okay, good to know.
Nice.
14, yeah? And 24. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you two doing now?
I'm going to
next?
take up the stance, not as aggressively as Silence did with a knife,
Mhm.
but I'm. So he said we're going to hunt,
He said we're with the Obsidian Hunt, and that's what we're going to do.
and that's what they promised you. When the vessel's fully corrupt, and the egg hatches.
You know, Jeff, I get why you're doing this. You know, I agree as well. Of course, it'd be good if less of us died. I'm not doing this to try and stop that aspect. The only reason I'm here is because you took my dad. So, you know, I get it. And after all this, hopefully, we can make a change for the better. But this isn't the way to do it. Taking one of our own. It's not right.
You can see at this point him having fought you and, you know, come back to consciousness with 1 hit point. And he is now sat in this room, bound and gagged, had a knife jammed under his fingernail and then had his foot stabbed. You can see him like wavering on unconsciousness. And as you say that, you two head outside. And as you head outside, you hear a footstep round the side of the building. Like you've come out on one of the longer sides and you hear a footstep around the side of the building. What do you do?
I'm gonna get my bow ready and like point it to where whoever is, if they're coming around the corner.
You get the bow ready, but nobody comes around the corner.
Can you just go invisible?
Hmm?
Isn't nighttime?
Oh yeah, I'm not visible. Unless there's lights.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
There was a footstep on the street, and now there was a footstep around the side
Mhm.
of the building here.
Oh right, we'll go look.
You go to the
Have a
side of the
look.
building, and you can see that there is some steps that go up onto the roof.
Mm.
You two, as you say that, you see Jeff literally on the verge of passing out and about to die. His head's down, and you say that to him, and he says, you see him like mutter something almost incoherently.
Can we hear it?
You get a little closer to him. Here to be him.
Uh-oh.
You see, as you get really close to him, some of the like very faint blue moonlight that cuts through the mist that like cascades into some of the breaks in the roof of this dilapidated building. You see a shadow just cast over you slightly, and then suddenly a dart hits him in the neck.
It's Jeff.
Hits Jeff in the neck, and you see him. His head lolls. You walk up these stairs onto the roof.
When we see these stairs and see there is a way onto the roof, can I send Dusty to climb up there?
If you want to.
Like a bit quieter as you kind of head up the stairs.
Mhm.
I'm going to stay on the bottom for now because I got 6 hit points.
Okay, you stay down there. You make me a stealth check. Make me a stealth check for Dusty as well. You two see a dart hits him in the neck.
Oh, can I just quickly check his pulse and see if he's alive?
Can I try and instantly look up from where?
You check his pulse. You make me a perception check. Stealth check.
26.
26.
I'm double checking the
25,
number.
sorry.
So I
25.
think it's.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think it's a 19. But I'm just double checking. The
That's
number.
pretty good.
What am I doing to check his pulse?
You just check his pulse.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Am I rolling anything?
No.
Okay,
totally fine.
okay, yeah.
Well, you can get no.
Okay,
It's fine, it's fine.
okay.
I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Sure,
It's totally fine.
Sorry, that's what I thought you meant.
No, totally fine. But I'll just get to you in 1 second when I know everyone's rolls in this moment, as a few things are about to happen.
Yes, 19.
19. Dusty climbs up the side of this one-story building super quietly and super effectively, and you make your way up the stairs to the point where you begin to see onto the roof here. You get 15, okay? You, Lenore, you quickly reach out your hand and you feel the as the pulse dies.
Oh,
Oh my god.
It picks up rapidly.
Oh my god.
And you see the head that is lulled down begin to
I'm gonna
twitch.
immediately pull my hand away and grab Ranga.
You begin to pull your hand away. You see the head of Jeff whips back. The eyes, where the black pupils are in the middle, begin to burst as the whole eye begins to turn black. As the capillary veins around the eyes begin to fill in with this black as it goes down the neck and into the chest and across the muscles. And as it goes into the muscles, you see them bulge as he begins to grow stronger, as his body begins to mutate, as his arms begin to grow bigger. The bindings rip that were holding him. His legs as he stands up 9 feet tall now. As you see him pull the axe off his back, as this like wash of rage falls over him. You and Dusty get to the roof, and as Dusty and you get to the roof, you see 2 figures. Ivan.
No!
Erickson.
No! These motherfuckers.
Who've come
Fuck.
here after whatever they were supposed to do earlier at the hotel room after they went to the bar, have hunted the people who have taken Huntmaster Zakiya and Jeff to this point, as they have injected Jeff with something. Jeff grows huge as these two are about to jump into the room. They sort of look up and they see the cat. They don't see you, but they see the cat. And you see the eyes narrow. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Guys, I have 6 HP.
I have
and
10. I have
no
10.
spells.
I have 10 hit points.
Might be a running situation.
Might be a running situation.
I can get us. I
Okay.
can get me and Josh.
Okay.
away, and thankfully loudly to hopefully bring attention. So this is fucking. Oh God. Oh no.
This day's been too long, man.
God.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
Oh
Fucking
gosh.
hell.
You guys were saying, "Man, I'm thirsty for some combat."
Yeah. Well.
We just had a combo.
What?
Nothing. I'm really excited.
And it was Ivan and.
Ivan and Ericsson, the two people who you met at the hall
Yeah.
before Jeff took over.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Oh my God. If you pass me your phone, Jack, I can start the music.
Yeah.
off.
Why? Why?
Was it dreadful?
Yeah.
Oh,
was it?
Of course it was.
Is yours good?
Yes,
Yours is
mine's
the more
good.
important
Mine's,
one.
mine's good.
I
Yeah,
got,
mine's
I got an
good.
8.
Oh my God.
Press that down.
Why am I initiating? Oh, terrible.
Okay.
Thank
It was the
let
same with
me-
Avalon. Avalon, didn't he have advantage?
He had a +8 in initiative, and it was still
Yeah.
always under a 10.
Oh.
Oh man, you're just destined to not go first, man. Okay.
All right.
Oh, fuck it hell.
We got
Right.
Big Jeff.
Are we on the screen on OBS?
No, we aren't. 1 second. Let me.
Is he 9 feet tall, did you say?
Yeah.
Damn.
You see,
Silence dies.
Silence is here.
Silence is
Silence isn't.
outside.
Yeah. But
She's-
I didn't, know that. So.
Well, you should have.
Yes. Do you want to know? So far. There
You
we
don't
go.
do a tarot read before every single combat.
So you're up here on this roof, and these two gentlemen,
Oh.
the half orc and the human that you saw earlier, are here. Theo
That's a cool model for the orc.
Mm-hmm.
is about here
Yeah.
underneath the building. And
That works.
you two are. Sorry, all I need to do with this combat is actually just go.
Even though it's small, it's a very nice map.
Is it?
It
Very
is.
cool.
It
It's
is.
really
It's a
cool.
really cool map.
Excellent map building,
I like
Jack.
the little
Really
pipe
cool.
at the top. It's fun. It adds a little bit of flair.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so let me just stand the fuck up 1 second.
Wait, I have a plan. I
Yeah.
don't.
Is it a fighting
I do kind of. Maybe I have a plan. It depends on what Jack's answer to my question's about to be. Did I manage to finish identifying that necklace? And will it help me in this situation?
How long does it take?
10 minutes.
I'll say that was 10 minutes worth of roleplay,
Cool.
yeah?
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, maybe it'll summon a dragon
it's
that can...
maybe.
that can-
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just didn't
Certainly
use that
won't.
in the combat.
What do you mean?
He just didn't use that one.
I mean, whether or not it's an attunement item, which you
Yeah, well,
won't be
that's
able to
also
attune to.
part of the answer that I need to know.
Sadly, it is an attunement item, so
No!
you haven't had time to do that.
That's okay.
But you do know what it does, but we'll take care of that after
Yeah.
this.
It was more just if it was useful in the moment. If it's
yeah.
not, then I don't
If I
care
can summon
right
a
now.
dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, if,
Yeah.
I could summon, if it let me summon a dragon without attunement, then that would be great.
Which
actually.
I'm not going to do. Okay. Fucking hell. And then...
could we have at any point, do you guys, if we took a short rest at any point there, would you have got any hit points back?
I
You did,
would've,
you
yeah.
did take a short rest, no? You
I thought we said we were going to
in
win
the hotel,
warehouse.
you said you took a short rest.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't rolled any hit dice.
Yeah.
I haven't marked anything down.
It was you that asked for it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think so.
I don't
Roll
know.
your hit dice.
Yeah,
Roll your
I-
hit dice
I-
right
I'm
now.
the
love of God.
Totally.
Because we did stay there for quite a long time.
Yeah, you
didn't
did,
we?
you did. It was
Yeah.
after the meeting, you
would love
Was
some.
it?
you came back.
100% then,
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, I'll
what were you
say
now,
quickly
5?
roll your hit dice. Yeah, you love 5.
Oh,
What's your initiative?
18.
18. Okay. Margaret, what's your initiative?
Dirty 20.
Theo, what's your initiative?
21. No, 22. I lied to you. 22.
How dare you lie?
Ranga?
I'm a liar.
I swear to God. Ooh,
Initiative, Ranga?
Okay, I'm still not
8.
looking great.
better than you were though.
So much better. So much better than I
And
was.
you get your spell slots back.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to do Arcane Recovery, you could have.
Oh.
I'm exactly full with all of my hit dice.
Amazing.
Yay!
Are you arcane recovering?
Unfortunately, I've already done that today, so I can't.
Right, very good.
And actually, I think I actually did that last session, but I shouldn't have done it. So I've actually done it too much today, so I'm definitely not going to do it
So
now.
I'm definitely not doing it now. No problem. That's okay.
I'll wing it for a third.
I'm on 53.
I'm on
pretty good.
38.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again.
3 second wins.
Yeah.
Do we want to try it
Yeah.
and then run if we need to?
No.
I have.
I think we should run.
I
I literally only have one healing spell. I can't emphasize that enough.
And we don't have any healing potions.
Well,
Yeah.
I have 1 second level left, and I
Mm-hmm.
could potentially hold person.
But there's 3.
There is 3,
Yeah.
but
At least we've got more time to run, so we've
Okay.
got more
Totally.
health.
Yeah.
I can get me and you out of
Instead of us all
immediate
having
danger.
Okay.
one round. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we-
Exactly.
if we can hold him, I reckon without hit points now, we could take the other 2.
Where let's see how initiative. What did
I'm
you get?
potentially going first, so I'll
Oh!
try that. And if it doesn't work,
I think
Yes.
try and hold him either way because that's
Yeah.
maybe a round of
Yeah.
running and he might have
Yeah.
better
well, that's
movement
true.
speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great shout.
Okay, in this moment, as the dart comes down and Jeff begins to transform and rip his bindings off, in this moment, he stands up, the eyes completely black, the black veins pulsing all over his body, and you can... Who stood right in front of him? You two. Can
Yeah.
you two roll me an insight check,
Oh, I'm glad you
please?
came and got me.
Not good. Not
Okay.
good.
13.
8.
Okay, no problem. In this moment, Theo, you are the person to
Okay.
act first in this situation.
Great.
Yeah.
You see through Dusty's eyes, the 2 gentlemen that you saw at the hole earlier today have tracked, hunted you down to this point, realized what's going on, and shot this dart into Jeff, forcing this transformation, forcing this injection of whatever this is, this black blood that has changed him, that has rejuvenated him. He is no longer sitting at 1 hit point and about to go unconscious. He is up and aggressive. What do you do?
Cool. So, would I be able to tell? There's a window right here, right? So I might be able to. If I get there, I can probably see. Is that a window? It looks like a window.
Yeah.
It is a window. Yeah.
He sure is.
Cool. Would I be able to tell? Is he still classed as a humanoid? Even though he's
Yeah,
got
I would
the
say he's still
stuff?
humanoid.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
In that case, then I will
Wunderbar.
get to a position where I can see him, because I can
Yeah.
hear some ruckus and I can see what's going on there.
Ruckus.
Maybe like just a couple along that way.
Definitely
so I
probably
can
would
see
have
him.
us being like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
I think
5,
we'll all-
10.
shit.
Oh, big scary man.
Marvelous, and I will give it a go. I'll try.
Lenor's just doing a rundown.
the
He's
whole-
taking off his binding.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my god,
He's got-
he's naked.
He's 9 feet.
Ooh.
Is it a wisdom saving throw?
It is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
Natural 19.
I'm so sorry. I broke the rules. I looked. I saw that happen. I
That's
saw
okay.
that happen.
It
Okay.
rolled off a 91 onto a natural 19.
Okay. Well,
Hey, good try.
that's
Great thought.
that's
Great
my
thought.
last level 2 spell slot, so I can't do that
Great thought.
anymore.
Great
but
thought.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay. You've moved 10 feet and used your action. You got a bonus action and you got 20 feet of movement left. What do you want to do?
I will start.
Running away.
Yes. I'm gonna get. I don't know if it's my bonus action to tell Dusty. I don't think it is. I think it's just a free action. But I'm gonna get Dusty to just remove himself from that
You
situation.
see him, he jumps off the corner of the building straight down to you. You catch him.
Over my shoulder, and I'm going to. I know where they are on the roof.
Yes. One's like middle of the roof and one's towards the back.
I'm going to actually see if I can get over here and crouch down behind this in case they can see me from the.
Yeah.
20 left.
It is.
15, 20. Make me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Let's see if you can
Oh my
vault
god.
it.
Theo does a backflip.
Oh my god. Oh, Theo does a backflip!
Theo does a backflip. That's a natural 20.
I'll say that you vault it perfectly, and whilst you vault it, you do a backflip.
Yeah.
And you land perfectly crouching behind this.
Here's what happens as I pull this thing. I throw Dusty up in the air.
Yeah.
I do a backflip over
Yeah,
it. Dusty
yeah.
does a sick like
Nice,
pause move.
nice.
I land and then catch Dusty.
Nice.
Dusty's on a
Nobody sees
skateboard.
it. Everyone's
Dusty's on a
holding up
skateboard
pen
and he grabs
signs.
it. He does like a little fucking, he does a little mid-air grab.
was thinking there, everyone's got to be in 91, you know, like in Shaun of the Dead, where he goes to vault over and he just
And the thing falls down. Okay,
Everyone holds up a 10 sign, including Jeff in his new form.
that's Theo's go.
Yeah, that's me.
Now-
Everybody stops to go, whoa, so sick!
some guy down the road, radical.
It's
Tony Hawk
Jeff's go.
skateboards past.
You look like Tony Hawk.
It's Jeff's go.
Niche meme.
Yeah. It's what? Jeff's score?
Yeah.
Whoa,
I was
21.
waiting for the
I was
realization.
Oh,
the penny
no.
to drop. Yep.
Sorry
Okay.
for the fail there, guys.
That's okay.
He's going to take both of his attacks against Ranga.
What? What?
The first attack,
What?
26.
Ooh, glad we rolled those hit dice.
Ooh, yes, same.
For the love of God.
You take 12 points of
Okay.
slashing damage.
Okay.
And then the second attack. Oh, it's a 2. You're lucky. You rolled off a natty 20. But he is going to, in this moment, he's in this like tight space and he can't move through your space. But what he's going to do is you're going to see him. He like takes both axes down towards you. And then you see him jump. But as he jumps, his legs turn to the side and he sticks to the wall and begins to walk down the wall and drop into this space here. Boom. As he jumps off the wall, and you can see like there's maybe some intelligence there, but he's right now he's in overdrive. Something's overtaken him. Something is like almost piloting him. Roll me one. I'm gonna give you one last chance to roll me some insight checks in this moment. The DC is higher.
Oh, that's 20.
Yay.
Okay, good to know.
Ooh. 21.
Ooh, natural 20, 21, nice. Both of you watch as he lands in this space. You can't hear anything. You see him. Like he's hearing something. Like something is talking to him. You can see like the vision isn't looking at you. It's like looking around for whatever is like speaking to him. And you can see him like towards the end of this moment that he's having, a smile just curls across his face.
No, he looks happy about it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He might not have known.
That's
He
the
might
end of
have
Jeff's
known.
score. Now silence. Lenore's score.
All right.
Silent
Lenore?
Whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Can I get 5 foot away from Ranga?
Yeah, you can walk forward one.
Now,
5 feet
if
to
I
there.
walk forward one, it has to be. I want to thunderstep us.
Mhm.
It has to be a point I can see. It's 90 foot, but can I see out?
If you got like there, you could look out the window.
Oh,
you can see-
you
door
can
there.
see out the
Straight out
door.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I'm going to. This all happens so fast, and as Jeff fucking starts crawling on the walls, Lenore's gonna like back up into Ranga fearfully, and she's gonna grab his wrist, and she's just gonna look at him, and I think she doesn't even mean for this to happen. A portal underneath her starts opening, and you can feel like the cold, dark water underneath us. And together, while Lenore's staring at Ranga terrified, these hands pull both of us down into it, and we reappear.
You just begin to feel the hard wood beneath you almost begin to get like squishy in a way. You get like sea legs for a second as you you look down, and there is just pitch black water beneath you. From that water, you see these hands begin to like reach out, and for a second you're worried, but you look up and you look at Lenore there, and you just see that trust that you've created over the last number of weeks, over this month together. You've seen what she does. You see how it is. It might be scary, but it's her, and you let it take you.
Yeah.
You both disappear into the water.
Now, it's like, as we leave, there is like a huge crackle of thunder and lightning from like the inevitable storm that came from these waters. And Jeff has to make a constitution save of
He
16.
sure does.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a really shit constitution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he has a really good constitution, but he rolled a 3.
Oh!
That's good.
He actually takes 3d10
Go for it.
damage.
3d10 thunder damage.
D10. I don't want
Thunderstep's
to roll a
fucking
D8
90 feet.
instead.
Thunderstep is such a fucking good spell, man.
Oh,
He takes 21
Wow.
damage.
21 points of damage from a
Fucking hell.
from an escape
Gosh.
spell.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Nicely done.
But I will say it's 300 feet. People heard this.
As this happens and you sink beneath the water for a second, Ranga, as like you hit the water and you become buoyant for a second. A second later, you just feel yourself getting ejected. Whoosh, as you two both here. All of the like dust, all of the debris, all of the like broken wood and bits of stone that are just scattered all around this building, all just get clattered against the side as it's almost like there's been a sonic bang from inside the house. But then you sort of look around and you see, as you vault over this, you finish your sick backflip. Suddenly, you see the two of them appear out from underneath the ground as Lenore like pulls Ranga out as they're both stood over there.
I'm going to make
First thing-
eye contact with both. I don't know if I'd be able
You
to
wouldn't be able
see
to
silence.
see me. I'm invisible.
I'm going to see Theo, and she's going to scream.
I'm like-
she's going to be like, run!
You thought that sick noise was from your backflip. It happened the second your feet touched the floor.
yeah. You're like, whoa.
All I see is, that picture of
Cowabunga.
the picture of Limmy in bed where he's like,
Looking at Laura like, where the fuck did she learn how to do that?
And a bit Lenore screams, run.
And just the where they now are.
And Lenore will start running. She'll just use her 35-foot movement.
Okay, and you're gonna move? Just keep moving further off the board, yeah?
Yeah.
In the same direction.
Yep. I'll stay within 30 feet of Ranga, actually.
So you're gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 down.
I didn't know
Okay.
you could. I didn't know there was space. I thought it was just empty void.
Okay, in this moment, it is now Silence's turn.
Okay. I'm
Also,
up
just
the
because
stairs.
our character would still be aware, necrotic, poison, and cold resistance it gives you, so don't use any of those on Jeffrey.
Okay. So I have 40 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Can I get a bit further down the stairs to where that fence is?
Yeah. 5, 10.
Kind of try and vault over the fence.
Yeah.
To hit the floor.
Yeah. There's just a bit.
Land in the
There's just a tree there.
Yeah, I do a
Get
really
caught by your
sick
hair.
kick off the
Nice.
tree
Yeah,
so that we're all
Nice.
doing
Roll me acrobatics check.
Oh.
My dice.
Oh.
What is it,
That was a 10.
Oh,
10's all right.
Yeah, she
It's
rolled-
not-
she
it's
rolled
not-
a 3.
It's not quite cowabunga.
It was a 3 on the dice.
Yeah.
The fact that I didn't even move, it just.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So my leg actually gets caught on the way down, and I have to like grab hold of the tree, pull my foot out, and then flip over. So I still do a flip.
I'll tell you exactly what happens. You come down and you do a sick flip.
Yeah.
And you land on the ground and you're like, sick. You begin to run away and you realize that your cape has gotten caught on the tree and you go,
You know that thing when you see someone fall over and you don't look at them because to not embarrass them? That's what Jeff's doing right now.
Yeah.
Jeff's seeing you fall and he's like, oh.
it's a great job. You're invisible in this nighttime
Yeah.
mist. Otherwise, that could have been a little embarrassing.
Yeah,
But
I
you got
don't see
5,
by
10,
here that.
yeah, 15,
like,
20
what?
to there.
Okay, and then I have 20 more feet.
Yeah, where do you want to go?
I just want to kind of skew out that way
Yeah.
because they don't know that I'm there. I'm invisible, so I just want to get far enough away as to where if anybody has like blind sight when they're running down the stairs, they're hopefully not going to see me.
Okay, cool. You run down the stairs,
Should I-
jump off.
Do another hiding check just to hide as well.
You can hide as a bonus action, can't you? So feel
Yeah.
free. Do you want to action dash?
Yes. Oh my god, that's such
5,
a good
10,
idea.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Nice.
And then I will
nice.
bonus
Good job.
action. Jesus Christ, that's an 18.
Okay.
So it's not that bad, but fucking hell. I've got
I mean, 18's pretty good.
advantage.
18's pretty good.
Advantage.
Advantage. Okay,
And a
very
big
good.
plus.
Ranga, it is your turn.
Ranga.
You are still within the building. Let's pull it back down. No, you're not.
No, you went with Lenore.
Here, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna run back. No. Leg it, I guess.
Okay.
Action.
Same direction as
No,
Lenore?
I'm gonna hold an action to run, just in case Theo can't get away.
Okay.
So once I see Theo's,
How far away does he need to be from his current position for your action to trigger?
if he manages to move more than 10 feet from where he is, I'll start running, just in case someone intercepts him in this time.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind as the round goes on.
Thanks, King.
Okay. It is now Ivan and Ericsson's go.
Noobs.
They hear the noise and the scarpering from within, like away and running. And we'll check how it is. Can't do it.
Oh, thank God.
Thank
Oh,
God.
thank God.
Pull out is heavy crossbow
Okay, that's fine. Oh my God.
and take an
How long
attack
does
at
Mage
Theo.
Armor last?
8 hours.
Okay.
I think yeah, my mage armor will still be there.
Has he got cover?
I did say I was crouching so that they could
Yeah, I'll say that you get a +2 AC to your armor class, but he does have a +D4 because he's got high ground on you. I mean, that's gonna hit. The natty 19 on the dice, plus a 4, plus whatever they have in terms of attack bonuses. So you suffer 9 points of piercing damage. And he is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 15, 20. He can make it 30. He can make it to you. He can make it to you. So I'll keep the same attack, but I'll roll a different damage dice because it is a different damage dice for him. So instead, you suffer same damage. Don't worry, fine. No, it's not. It's one more. It's 10 points of slashing damage at this point, but he's right up next to you. Then Ericsson is going to run over here. Let me just double check the distance on a heavy crossbow.
I cannot remember either.
A 100 to 400. Okay, you can shoot you from there, Ranga.
You can shoot anyone in the world with 400. Jesus Christ.
It's only 16.
Misses.
Let's go.
But he's going to also hop down. He's going 5.
As I see it coming, I'm just gonna dart my head to the side. It goes.
He gets to there.
Just making sure. Are we on the map screen on OBS?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, though. It normally shows like an orange thing.
No, we're on.
I think it's because it's full screen.
Okay. That is Ivan and Ericsson's go. We come back to Theo.
Okay, cool. I just double checked with Fair Touch that I have one each of Bless and Misty Step, and I already used my Bless, but I didn't use my Misty Step yet.
Is that 2024?
Yes.
Because
Oh, is it really?
it didn't used to be like that. So
Yeah,
good
in
to know
5e
that it's
it
different in
used
the
to.
new rules.
Let me do
Oh, was it one or the
It
other?
was one
Now
or
It
the
it's
other.
was. You get
both.
both.
That's nice. That's even better.
That is even better
Yeah,
if that's
that
the
is
You can
case.
cast each of these spells without casting a spell slot.
Very
Let's
nice.
go.
Okay.
Yes.
Very nice.
I double checked. That's the 2024.
Okay.
Let's
So
go.
I still have that, which is nice. Can I see a 30-foot radius just around me?
Yeah.
Please. I'm trying to figure out my
Oh, no, it's too hot. We need to get an AC in here.
6, yeah. Okay, that's fine. I will...
So that's what you're working with.
Okay, cool. In that case, I should be able to get around this building then.
Can action dash as well.
Yeah.
I can action dash as well. I can. Which I will do. Okay, I'll tell you what, here, just to get away from this guy without getting my...
Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah.
And then I will do like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And then I'll action dash. Kind of this direction here.
So 5,
Just trying to put this building
10,
between me and him.
15, 20, 25, 30.
I don't want to be in his eye line if I can help it, so maybe a bit further.
Which would mean I'd also run since I've seen him get away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to run quite this way to not be in his eye line.
That's okay.
Okay, so you're more like there.
Actually, no, because I think he's going after them, so I will kind of go that way. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, that'll trigger your action, Ranga, up here. And you're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, yeah?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So.
Jeff.
Get me, Jeff.
Jeff's too big to leave. He has to just stay in there and shout.
He like crunches through the door and just takes the ceiling with him.
Yeah.
Oh, good job you weren't still there, Ranga.
Oh my god, I was going to say, for a second I thought that was you. Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
So what was how many 60 feet?
So 60 feet would be 12.
12 tiles. One second. Perfect.
No.
Oh no.
Okay.
That sounds bad.
So the berserkers, which is what these are all in D&D 2024, the commander, which is what he is right now, he transforms into the commander with this stat block. It gets a bonus action called Frenzied Rush. So, each ally within 30 feet of the berserker can take a reaction to move up to half of their ally's speed without provoking opportunity attacks. The berserker can also move up to half of its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. So it's gonna yell out. You can see both of the arms come out to the side and his head tilt back and it just screams. And as it screams, everyone's gonna move half of their movement.
Yep.
Those two move 15, it moves 20.
Yep.
So
Yep.
this is its bonus action. So 5, 10, 15, 20. This guy, 5, 10, 15. Oh, 15 to there. This guy is just here. He's going to go 5, 10, 15. But with his action, he is going to cast Web
No.
Oh no.
on the two of you.
Oh no.
Within 60 feet.
Oh no.
20-foot view, so that's 4, right?
Yes. That is correct.
Yes, you can get you both in. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, easily.
That's okay.
Oh,
That's okay.
heavens.
That's okay. We're good. We're good. It's
think
it's
it's fine.
Yeah, we're definitely
Get
in.
the idea.
Yeah, we're definitely
We'll just
in.
make sure it's right. For
It's because you started like in a like not exactly on the grid.
Perfect.
okay.
We're definitely in now.
Yeah.
You see these like veins on its arm begin to like pulse quite intensively, and as it gets down towards the wrist, like this, it like excretes this black ichor into its hands, and he sees it like balls up both of these bits of ichor. It throws them both and lands like on your feet and underneath you on the ground. I'm pretty sure it's a dexterity saving throw, but let me just double check.
Okay.
Do you get your maneuvers back on a short rest? Okay.
Well, I didn't use it. I only used one during the
Okay.
fight. because I forgot about them.
Nah,
And I didn't
such
really
as,
get
like,
in range to do them.
you
so.
can remember all of our stuff.
Yeah.
You have to juggle 3 other people's things.
Nothing until the beginning of your turns.
Okay.
So that is the end of its turn.
Yep.
But Lenore, is now your turn.
Yes.
I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Yes. That is 16.
16 is enough.
Okay.
16 is enough. So you don't suffer. I'm pretty sure it's still difficult terrain. So the first time the creature enters the web on a turn or starts its turn there must succeed a dexterity saving throw or have the restrained condition while in the web until it breaks free. A creature restrained. Blah, 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 the web. So yeah, it's still. I'm pretty sure it's still difficult terrain, but you're not restrained.
Okay.
Okay.
I see. Yep, that's all good. I'm going to, as this web like catches both me and Ranga, and I can see what it's trying to do. I'm going to look at Ranga again, and I'm going to be like, "We're going again," and I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to thunderstep us again.
Okay. You grab each other and thunderstep 90 feet out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say you two are now beyond. In fact, what I'm going to say is at this point, you get 90 feet away, but you begin to start to get towards like buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you both for a stealth check.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm going to use a lucky on this. Oh, I get to do it with advantage. 19.
19.
18.
Nice.
Okay, both very good. You get so far away, they cannot catch up to you.
Okay.
You are beyond their distance, and you begin to disappear into the houses, and you are out of their sight. Okay?
Yeah.
Now Silence's turn.
Okay. I shouldn't have run so far in that direction, but that's okay. Can I start running at a diagonal to try and get closer to Theo?
Yeah, I'm just going to let you know there is a gentleman still here.
Yeah, he can't see me though, can he?
No, but if you are sprinting towards him, he might
Okay.
begin to think,
Yeah, your
know that someone's there.
footsteps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just letting you know before you do it.
Okay.
You should still have disadvantage if he tries to attack you, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Do I have anything in my bag? Okay. Can I... This guy's not facing me, is he, right now?
No,
he's facing
he's right now
Theo.
he's running after Theo.
Okay. What I want to do with my action, just to attempt to distract them, I'm going to get... Can I get, like, just some rag or something from my bag that I can attach a piece of cloth
Yeah.
to the tip of an arrow?
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast light on that. That's a cantrip that I've got.
Yeah.
And then I
Does that require your action?
The light
Yes.
cantrip.
Oh, yeah. No, it does. Hey, ignore that.
Okay. Ignoring.
Yeah.
I'm so hot.
I know.
It's
It's,
rapidly got warmer.
it's absolutely unbearable. It's unbearable.
Can I instead then
Yeah.
shoot back at this corner of you know, the metal fencing?
Yeah.
Can I just shoot at that so that hopefully it'll make a clang at that fencing, but it won't? He hopefully won't hear the noise of my arrow. It's far enough away. I
Okay.
just want to hit the fencing so that a noise is behind him.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh, fucking hell, 6.
6. You hit it perfectly fine, as
Yeah.
you are unbelievably accurate, but he is more focused on Theo than he is by the noise behind him, unfortunately.
Okay. And then I'll just use the rest of... I use my movement at 30 feet to just kind of go in that direction then.
Up this
so,
way, yeah?
So that I can kind of be adjacent, not yet adjacent to Theo, but at some
Okay.
point.
I'll say for you as well, you are currently not being tracked or hunted.
Yeah.
Right now, Theo is the
I know.
last one.
I know.
Okay? Good.
And then do I have any bonus action? I just want something that might help Theo, but I can't. Are you able... Do you have anything to get yourself aware?
No. What I was going to potentially... what I was going to potentially do is throw a pipe bomb and try and explode this building, and that might be enough of a
I
distraction.
genuinely was looking through my inventory to do I have the pipe bomb? Do I have the pipe bomb?
Yeah.
Because
if I can get it like about here, that guy might not see. He might run up and then get.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Thank you.
Okay. Well,
I've got nothing else.
But unless you've got a bonus action,
Have you used
No?
your free
Nothing
Misty
that I
step?
can
Is
do.
that
I just
Ranga.
used that, yeah.
it's you. But you are
And I don't have any second.
right now.
rolls,
You
so-
are you're still in initiative, and I'm going to allow you to act now. But nobody's actively pursuing you. Is there anything that you potentially want to try and do to help Theo? But just know, if you roll poorly on a stealth check, you will be introduced back into the pursuit.
God, I don't really know if there's anything I can do.
It's okay if there's not.
I don't think there's anything we can do.
Totally fine.
really. I don't.
Nothing.
Up
comes
next
to
is
mind for
Ivan
me.
and
Oh,
Ericsson.
can I maybe use a maneuver so he can move half his movement speed with a reaction?
Does have to be within a specific distance.
Just as anyone I can see, I think.
Yeah, I think you have to see him.
I wouldn't have to go very close to the fight, just get eyes on him, but I'll have a look.
Just double check for me. Yeah, you come towards the right area now. You're before the ranger. So you're before now.
I think you're the green.
Here we go. We're locked in.
Just on like a fucking suicide bomb.
But he doesn't die, does he?
No, he doesn't.
No,
Exactly,
we
that's what I
don't know
mean.
that, but
Yeah. No, he doesn't really die well.
suicide bomb.
Might still be a bit traumatic.
Choose a willing creature who can see or hear you. So I could just shout at him.
Okay. You will probably alert them to your direction again.
Well, I'll just try and go round the corner and be like,
Make me a perception check.
Come on.
Ranga, what does he get? It's okay? Just tell me what you get.
10.
10. Roll me a d20. If you are below or on 10, he sees you. If it's higher, he doesn't.
Okay.
Can we invoke disadvantage?
That's up to me, sadly.
Roll.
What's your roll?
8.
8.
8. Theo, all of your friends sort of begin to disappear, but you can see them all looking in your direction, understanding that you are the last one in their line of sight.
Are the most physically pathetic.
You see
Knock on
Lenore and Ranga disappear through the floor again, and then they're gone. And you haven't seen Silence in God knows how long, but you can barely ever see her down here because it's so dark. But out from one of the windows in one of these buildings, you just hear a psst, and you look over as you hear the footsteps and the loading of crossbows about to fire at you. You hear psst. You look over and you see Ranga, and he's beckoning you over. What can he do?
He can move half his movement speed towards us with his reaction.
Let's fucking go.
Okay.
What a
I will
treat.
do
The
so.
only thing I could think of to
They
try
are
and...
It was
in
a
this
perfect thing
direction
to
now.
do.
They went. So
Oh
you can
my God.
You can go half your movement speed this way.
Yes.
So
Man, that was a perfect
5,
thing to do.
10, 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That is the end of Ranga's
I
turn.
think
Yeah.
that's made the difference there.
Might have made the
I think
Could
difference.
he
that's
not
the
have
difference
went
there.
in that direction? Does it have to be towards?
Has to be towards.
No, it doesn't have to. It can just be...
Oh.
They can
Oh.
go wherever he wants.
Okay.
Do you want to go in a different direction?
Yeah, I don't really want to put myself to be their main target.
Do you want to go straight
ideally.
this way?
Yeah, if possible. I thought it had to be towards as well.
Okay.
No. You can go anywhere you want.
You can run back towards him.
Ivan and
Goes like
Ericsson's
to
go.
hug Jeff.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hello.
5, 10, 15. Oh, he doesn't want to go up there. 20, 25, 30. Both of them load up a heavy crossbow shot and shoot you. Ivan, 17 plus his attack modifier. I don't think you can shield that, I don't think. No.
Do they
Probably
have
not.
to reload?
No. I'll say no. Second one misses you.
Okay, well that's good at least.
You get an arrow in the bum bum.
I do an arrow in the
You
bum
take 14 points of piercing damage.
It's a good job. It's a good job that I we healed.
Yeah.
14.
14.
A 40.
Why did you look me in the eyes so intensely the whole time you did that?
Come on, math lady. Mathematical Abigail. That's what we call
that's
you.
what they call me.
Yeah,
Mathigale.
yeah.
Ivan is going to use his orc racial to bonus action dash towards you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Not even close.
But Ericsson cannot.
Yeah, Ericsson.
Theo,
Okay.
it is your go. You fear
I do fear.
You fear with the speed that Jeff has and the speed that Ericsson has is that you will not be able to outrun these two. You will have to find another way out of this.
There's no like body of water here or anything, is there?
Not in the immediate vicinity. There are rivers that run through the mists, but not right here.
I think you could try the pipe bomb either on Jeff or on the building or like around the vicinity.
My worry is that now they're past the building, it's probably not going to stop them coming towards me.
Have we used Barun? Yeah, we
There
have,
are,
haven't we?
obviously, this is just the small map that I created.
Yeah.
You are running through a street now, but then you are going to get into another like cluster of buildings.
Right.
So you can try and lose them if you want to use your action to do that.
That's ideally what I would like to do, because you have this building here where you had like a window there and a window at the back. So I could have in theory like gone through there, dropped the pipe bomb off, and like gone out the window or something like that. Or just kind of go in the corner, drop the pipe bomb. That kind of vibe as well. Would like to do if
Okay,
possible.
so you want to run into a house, drop the pipe bomb, and then jump out the back of it, yeah?
Yeah, to see if I can like get out the back without being seen, so they think I'm still in there, or maybe.
Okay,
That's
so the
what-
problem is, if you want to lose them, it's your action. If you want to ignite the pipe bomb, it's your action.
That is the
So
problem.
it's up to you which way you want to do this.
If it's an action to try and lose them, I think try and lose them.
Yeah.
And I can try and distract them again.
Yeah. And we can try and do something depending on how
if it gets
your
to me,
turn goes.
I can maybe come back and pick you up.
Same.
'Cause I can run quite a lot in one action.
Yeah.
With my action,
Yes.
bonus action,
Your
dash,
bonus action. Yes.
Because
and
he's not been hurt,
action
has he?
surge.
How many? Oh God.
He's not been hurt, has he?
Ericsson and
Oh,
Iverson.
God, yeah.
No.
Big guy has,
So
but
I think I can run about 120 feet in one turn.
Yeah, that's. I didn't
Theo.
even think of that.
The thing is, I
Theo.
haven't- Yes.
Right now, you can't see Ranga again. You can't see Lenore again. You can't see Silence. All you can see is the people chasing you, and they seem to be gaining ground on you. What do you want to do in this moment to attempt to lose them?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to kind of duck behind in an alley and see if I can lose them that way. 'Cause
Theo,
I've got some first level spell slots, but I've got nothing useful.
roll me a stealth check.
Okay, I'm gonna use my lucky for this one.
Great idea.
I have a couple of them left. 16.
16.
Okay. I like those. I like those odds.
It's not the worst one.
I like them. I
Let's
like
have a
those
look. What
odds.
else?
It's 17.
Okay, are you ready?
It's 17.
I'm going to roll some dice.
my
Out in front of the board. You got a 17, yeah?
It's a 17.
Ericsson and Ivan both have a +0.
Okay.
But Jeff
Okay. Oh.
has a +5.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you guys call it out when I roll them?
Yep. Whose is this?
Ivan, Ericsson, then Jeff.
Are we doing that together? Okay.
Okay, 6.
They don't see me.
none of them. Oh,
Oh!
for God's sake.
It's a natural 20. 7.
Who's that?
Only
It's a 12.
Ericsson sees you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Ericsson is the only one who can't catch up to you.
Oh, but he can tell us a little bit where I am. Is the problem?
But the problem is,
But I
so
like
is he the
the.
non-orc?
he's the
Yes.
non-orc.
Oh, okay.
So as they're spreading out trying to find you, we're just going to leave this down to one last roll.
Okay.
Okay? you're going to roll me one more stealth check.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll one more perception check as Erickson, as he's the only one who's got your trail, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Pass me those dice back. Stealth check from you, please.
I'm going to use my last lucky.
Good idea.
Margaret, pick me 2
Oh,
dice.
Jesus.
Pick me 2 dice.
Okay. Brad dice never does you, and fizzy dice. Brad dice and fizzy
Brad dice
dice.
and fizzy
They
dice.
never do you wrong.
So true.
They did you so wrong. They did you so wrong.
What is it?
11.
It's an 11.
It was a 1 and a 5.
I have +0.
So it's a 50-50 chance, basically.
I'm rolling the tabletop tycoon dice.
All right.
You can blame them.
Oh God.
Oh, she's gonna natural fucking 20. Oh.
It's a 14. It's a 14.
Okay.
I'm running out of resources.
Okay. He catches up to you, okay? I'm going to say at this point, we're just going to go loose initiative. Does anybody want to try and do anything?
Yes.
What
I
are you going
have
to try
an
and
idea.
do?
So, this is a bit of a ask you if I can do this because I don't know if
Yeah.
technically I
Let's
can.
go for it. This is very loose now.
Technically, I can't really drop invisibility. It's not something I can control.
Okay.
But can I try to drop invisibility?
You can stand in enough light that, like, cascades on the streets
Okay.
here.
I have one more spell slot left. I'm going to
Okay.
cast Disguise Self on myself and disguise myself as Ranga.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and get their attention. I'm going to be
Okay.
like, shout Theo. Attempt to do it in the most Ranga way possible.
Okay. Roll me a deception check.
11.
11. Okay. I'm going to roll an insight check. Are you just going for Erickson here, as he is the...
Yes.
Because
yeah.
you are fast enough to get up to him
Yeah.
because you can dash his bonus
Yeah,
action. Okay. Let me make a deception check. Insight check. What did you roll?
11. What is that? What is it? I can't.
12.
Can I, seeing that that's failed, use my portent? My portent that I haven't used yet?
Okay. What is it?
It's a 17.
On her roll.
On her check.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Okay.
Oh
That is a 17.
God.
He rolls a 12.
I've been saving that all day.
Oh my God.
And what are you doing? Because he reckons he's about to land on Theo's trail. He's like following him. But then you move yourself out into the street and say,
I just shout at Theo,
yeah.
and then I want to try and hide, go around a corner, drop Disguise Self, and go invisible again.
Okay. You see as he's like chasing you around the streets. He's not seeing you, he's just hearing you. And as he passes from one street to the next, he's out in the middle of the street. You move out into the open where there's like a small bit of light as you are now unobscured. You cast Disguise Self and change yourself into Ranga, and you scream Theo, and you see Erickson turn towards you, and he begins to sprint in your direction. Roll me a stealth check.
Oh my gosh.
Use the disadvantage.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fine. You've got so much.
Oh,
Hey,
shit,
no,
the
it's
bed.
still
That's
really good.
18.
Flip it over. 18, yeah?
Yeah.
Erickson, +0.
I swear to God, Erickson, you bitch.
Oh, thank God.
You slip into the shadows. You hear Erickson run away from you, running towards the voice that screamed out, Theo. He runs towards you. You slip into the alley, and you just disappear. He runs into the same alley as you, and there's one point where he comes up face to face with you, looking around. He's like looking into your eyes, and he can't see a thing. Fuck! You see him turn around and run back in your direction.
Okay.
But at this point, you've run off. And you see them just running around the streets here.
Actually, just stand there and hit the gritty.
Yeah.
And he's like, my God, that guy's so cool. He did that sick flip. Now he's hitting the gritty.
Yeah,
I don't want to
cowabunga.
kill him.
He
Cowabunga.
whispers.
He's just skating around on his little skateboard.
Radical!
Radical, dude.
Totally jubilar.
Oh gosh. Totally.
That was stressful. I was
tubular
stressed.
That
wave.
was stressful.
Good lord.
Okay, 1 second. Because
Sorry,
after
I'm
that
holding this for a sec.
bedackle,
Bedackle.
Darkle.
Bedarkle.
Oh no, I've
after
been
that
bedazzled.
series of events, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back after the break to conclude this session wherever we go from this point, as we have escaped Jeff, as we have escaped Ivan and Erickson, as we scatter off into the mists, all alone, some of us, but not too far from our friends. We'll see where we get to after the break.
Oh god.
Bye. And we're back.
Hello.
Hello.
It's just as warm.
It feels better though because we've got
Yeah,
some
it's
fans.
okay.
We've got
Yeah.
some fans
Look,
going.
We've had to open up the blind
Yeah,
to keep the
Matthew-
window open.
Matthew,
So
looks a little like
I'm-
he's
maybe
ascending
like he's
to heaven.
Ascending to heaven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's alright, doesn't
Sometimes
matter.
your friends just ascend.
It's fine.
You
That's
look
true.
Yeah,
that's all right.
angelic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to stop wearing bright colours. Really.
Nah,
No,
never
that's-
dull your shine,
No.
king.
That's your personality, King. You keep that.
I do own this t-shirt in black, I will say.
What?
Oh, damn. Every single one of us at the table, all wearing black.
Always, every time.
Is there a colour you don't have that t-shirt in?
Periwinkle blue.
Like,
Periwinkle blue.
not really.
That's
He's
good
got
to
I
know.
actually,
Yeah.
I actually do have it in periwinkle blue. If periwinkle blue is what I think it is, then I actually do have it in that.
He's got all of his bases covered.
Yeah. Any colour occasion.
Any
Yeah.
type of
Yep, I
day.
very much do have it in that exact, that exact shirt. I have it in that.
I
in that
wanna
colour.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I do.
Oh my fucking
Nice,
god.
nice.
Cute.
I like it. Very good.
Perfect.
Anyway,
Mhm.
so we come back in after the chase. After all has calmed down, they seem to lose your trail and begin to sprint through the streets in differing directions to try and find you, but are not successful. But Ranga and Lenore, you are together. Theo, you are alone. And Silence, you are alone.
I have my cat. I'm never truly alone when I have Dusty.
So true.
True.
King. So true.
So
I'm never truly
true,
alone when
King.
God walks with me.
Yeah.
True.
So you know what? I'm sorry I said either of you are alone.
Wow. Wow. Yep.
Wow.
True.
Anyway, please carry on.
Okay.
Oh.
But I know which vague direction they were from when I saw Ranga.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've moved or not, but I'm going to try and head towards that direction and quietly and send just some
Random
message.
messages.
Send some message in that direction, hoping that I hit someone.
Yeah, we wouldn't have moved.
Do you two not move now when you
Nah.
get safe? Okay, and what are you doing?
So I don't know where those two are.
Nope.
I know where I last saw Theo.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it enough time so that the squadron of evil people have left us.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'm going to go to where Theo last was and attempt to track him.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good point though, because you came as Ranga and I don't know that's not Ranga. Maybe I would. Yeah, I know Ranga's voice good enough to
Yeah.
distinguish. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not overcomplicate it. You two,
It's my favorite thing to do.
you two find your way. You find your way back to Theo, and then the both of you find your way back to Lenore and Ranga.
Lenore's gonna, as soon as both of these appear, she's gonna embrace both of them. Are we all
My
alright?
God,
I'm fine.
I'm good. Are you okay?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
It was.
The Ica?
The Ica is the best thing I can think of. The
Was.
fact that they tracked us so silently. We had no idea they were there until they were. Scary. They know now. They all know. They don't know that we have the egg. I hope.
Jeff
How
knows
could
that we
they?
have the egg.
Oh, fuck. Do you think it would kill him? That
I think
No.
he was nearly dead.
something we just need to talk about very quickly. That egg. So, it could be a bargaining chip to find your dad. But they don't know the yous potentially have access to a second similar egg that, as far as we are aware, is inert. This egg here, I don't think we should mess with it. Something bad's going to happen. Do you think there is any way that you can get that other egg off was it your uncle who had it?
Oh, grandfather.
Grandfather. And we
Well-
can destroy this egg. Still got the other one as a bargaining chip, but whatever happens in that temple with this one, nip that in the bud.
My mother's going to be here in a few days. She's very close with Roveret. We could ask her when she gets here. See if when she goes back home, she could talk to him and ask him. She got here easily. She could maybe bring. It's a lot to ask of her, and
I think he'd be reluctant to give it up, but if we told him the importance, he might.
I mean, we could always swap the egg. He has this one. We take that one if he is really unwilling to give it up. But
what good would that do us, though? They're basically the same.
Didn't you say that that one was inert and this one's more alive?
Well, we don't know if that one's inert. It just hadn't hatched,
And
as far as I know. But
what Sakir said,
it needs the temple to hatch.
it will only hatch at the temple with the corrupted vessel.
So I suspect.
That's what I mean. We don't want. If they know we got this egg, they could come and try and take the egg from us.
Mhm.
I have a feeling that whatever this egg causes is going to be bad news.
Yeah.
I'm saying we don't let that egg. We get rid of this egg
Now,
in whatever
destroy
way.
it.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying we could potentially give it to your mom. I still want us to have an egg to use as a bargaining chip to get your dad if we can. But I really think this egg is bad news.
I do worry that if we give it to Lenore's mother, if we give it to Blythe, that makes her a target. And yes, she's capable of defending herself, but not against 3 people, one of them hulked out like that.
You know, once Jeff got up in our faces, it looked like someone was talking to him in his head.
He had a look kind of similar to, when the righteous dead talks to you, we lose you for a moment. It was similar to that.
And he wasn't doing that before
No.
I think whatever got injected in him, if it's some different strain of Ica, connects him to whatever made it.
Which makes me even more fearful for the Ica that we have. We haven't used it. We don't know if there is a connection.
And we don't know if that's actually even the same type of Ica, or if it's Ica at all.
Yeah.
We're assuming it is.
I think obviously Ivan and what's the other guy's name? Sorry?
Erickson.
And Erickson, they have not outed themselves to the hunt yet.
Neither is Jeff to the hunt.
Maybe we go straight to Dargath. We tell Dargath about what's happened, or
I really do want to go see Dargath. I'd like to think I can trust him, but we're going to have to try and figure that out first before we give him all the information we know.
I think Silence is right. I think we maybe don't even mention the egg.
And I think if Dargath gave you the Ica, it could be that he don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Whatever you say was speaking to Jeff, but it could mean that he does, and he gave you that on purpose.
When Jeff was injected with the Ica, it looked like he kind of went almost belligerent, right?
Yeah, in a way.
It didn't look
it
like he
became
was
more
in full-
violent.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was in full control of his faculties.
He was in full control. He was in full control
Okay.
of his movements were very intentional.
But was it like a roid rage kind of situation?
It was, yeah. There was he was maybe overcome with a blood rage maybe or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, once we get to wherever we're going to stay tonight, we can just get Theo to check the two, the one we got for Stell and the one Dargath gave me. If they're the same, then we know it's not been altered.
I think that's a good idea.
I worry that if we do end up using this Ica for whatever reason, then whoever used it does become, angry, belligerent. It would be reassuring if we could get a sample of what they had, just to check that against it as well. Because we don't know if it is the same type of Ica all these people are using, or whether there's different variations of it.
Because as we very well know at this point, these are against the hunt. They're masquerading as members of the hunt, but they're not. Do we stay down here? Do we go back up in the hopes that at least if they try to find us up there, there's a lot more prying eyes up there, I think, than down here.
I agree. I think
There's all the guard up there, just make a big ruffle about it. And, it's a lot harder if we're right in the middle of the city. I think it might be safer for us to go back up.
What
I
time is it
agree.
now?
It's late now.
And knowing how long it took us to get down here, how long would it take us to get back up? It took us a couple of hours to get down here,
Yeah,
right?
you're gonna have to walk back to the edge of the mists, and you're quite deep towards the sort of, we're on the north side. You have to walk back to the western part of the mist, and then go up, and then travel through a tower.
My worries the travel time.
And I'm exhausted. I think we all are.
I think we get away from this immediate area. Try and get somewhere more built up.
Yeah.
You know, down here, they've got a good chance of tracking us.
Mm-hmm.
I say I'd be happy to go up and have a late morning tomorrow. But if yous want to stay down here, that's fine.
I think
Whatever.
it would be safer up there.
It probably would.
I mean, we could at least make our way out of here, see how we're feeling as we get a bit closer, then decide if we want to spend the last few hours traveling.
Though I suspect we'll want to be down here tomorrow to find this processing plant that Zakir mentioned.
That's a good point.
You know, when Jeff mentioned this processing plant thing, do we know if that would be down here or up there?
Down here.
And there's also the letter that you found from Barroden to Kate. There's something happening at the complex up there tomorrow too.
Well, something was supposed to happen. Whether or not it does now, it's hard to say. This letter could have
True.
stopped it.
True.
Do we know where that is? The
Yeah.
Beckton complex?
Oh, no.
No.
I don't.
History check.
8.
Okay. 22.
2. Yeah. It is on the northern border of Caligo. So the Becton complex is on Caligo top side, on sort of the northern region.
Can we estimate how long it would take us to get to that?
From here right now?
Mm.
Oh, you mean you could walk there and it would probably be... Well, you could head back up out of the mists in a couple of hours and then head to the nearest gem tower, take the closest one. There's 3 and there is one closer to that region, and then walk from
We'd
there.
be able to get there like tomorrow if we needed to.
Easy, yeah.
But the Beckton complex and the Marrow plant,
2 different things.
opposite sides of the city.
One's a processing facility for things that they mine down here, and one is a complex owned by Barroden Protections, which sort of creates the equipment that they would use for extracting and mining and excavating and things like that.
But I mean, like, geographically, they're like opposite sides.
Miles away.
Complete opposite sides of the city. That's unfortunate.
I think that is what's happening up there is interesting, but ultimately not our concern. I would say our main concern is that they are probably going to move Ranga's dad
Yeah.
soon.
They were clearing the temple out tonight.
But saying that, I really, really want to say again, I don't think the egg should go anywhere near those guys.
I agree.
Yeah.
Complete agreement.
I am of the opinion that we should destroy the egg, but again, that's a group decision. That ain't my choice.
They can't do it without the egg. That even what you overheard when you sent your mind down into the Underdark to listen to them. They said it was the final piece they needed. From what we got from Zakia, they cannot do the ritual to... They're looking for someone, for her. I don't even know who that could possibly be, but they can't do it without the egg.
Mm-hmm.
So at the very least, we know we've delayed
Something.
But I agree the egg should not go near them. And I'm I'm inclined to agree with you about destroying it.
I'm hesitant to destroy it. I just think we're giving up a lot of potential knowledge that could be advantageous to us by destroying this thing.
I find a difficult balance between caring about the knowledge we might gain and stopping whatever is potentially going to happen. I understand that knowledge is important to you. It ain't so important to me.
I know. In any case, I don't think we should destroy it right now.
No. I think we need to find out more about it. And it's plucking at what strings are relevant here. Obviously, what's going on with Kit and Barroden. Barroden had the egg. He had the egg, what feels like purely through chance, from the Crimson Coin. We have a connection with Bolo, who knows about the Crimson Coin. Would he know about the egg? And then we have that Drider and the Drow
I
and the
suspect
temple.
that Bolo probably knows about the egg, but I can't imagine him knowing a huge amount about it. It's not his area. Really, I don't think he'd take an interest.
And what's this doctor doing? Corrupted how? How is his father being corrupted?
I suspect Icar adjacent things.
There's so many strings here that I can't unjumble right now. And I can't work out what's important to find, because again, in the same way we have an advantageous position with the egg, we have an advantageous position with this letter. We could easily disguise ourselves as some of Kit's people and collect the things and see what we can glean from that. But is that relevant to what's happening to Ranga's dad?
I don't think it is, but I think it will. The things that are in the Bechdel complex were weapons for those down here for the peace march, and I think without those weapons, they'll get steamrolled. And maybe that's not relevant to the situation with Ranga's dad, but we are probably going to influence the entire fate of this city with that decision.
We are so close to the peace march too, which could so easily disrupt so many things, and we don't know if this isn't connected.
I mean, we could always put the letter back and hope they get it and hope that they make it to the...
We could put the letter back and try and corner Kit. Try and make contact, say we don't have any sides in this, but let them know that we know about the peace march and intercept somehow, because we have Topside's opinion. I think I can assume the Mistborn's opinion too, but we don't know. We don't know why Barroden's involved.
I suspect that's just money grabbing.
Right. Can I look around at buildings the same way that we got tiles to hide thingy-majiggy? Are there any tiles around that we could potentially build another one of those makeshift boxes to hide the egg?
Yeah, there's enough
Yeah.
broken down building and slate and stuff like that you can probably ramble together a decent mismatched sort of
Slate's
box.
not good enough. It needs
No.
to be lead.
Well, look, buildings built down here aren't built out of the right quality. They are just not built to last. They're built out of things that they could find. So you can make me an investigation check.
I would love to.
It's going to be
Can I
really tough.
Can I help? And give him advantage?
Yes.
Oh, marvellous. Let's go with Rat's dice and Art's dice. Oh! Natural 20 for a 31.
Okay. You look through lots of rubble, lots of dilapidated buildings, lots of torn down infrastructure, and find a couple of pieces of lead-based that you think might do a good enough job.
Cool. Yeah, we'll rootle through. Okay. This should be enough. It's even less pretty than the first box.
It's alright. I just think we don't want anybody to try and find this egg.
No, I think you're right.
It will travel fast that Zakir's dead. They probably already know the fact that Ivan and Erickson came after us.
We didn't have time to hide the body or anything. It's just kind of there.
I think Silence is right. I think we get back up topside just for tonight, and then we can work out exactly what we're going to do in the morning. I think no matter what, this peace march is going to demand our attention one way or another.
What is it today?
60. Well, I guess it depends on the time of the morning. What time of the morning is it?
We'll say it's still the same day.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the
66.
So the peace match is tomorrow.
No,
No.
day after.
68th.
So
is the peace
60
Oh no,
match.
the Becton complex thing's tomorrow.
Yes.
And the peace match is
Peace
after.
match is
Gotcha.
the 68th and Blythe is the 69th.
Okay. Right.
What do you think, Ranga?
Well, we know where my dad might be, so I want to try and get to him as soon as possible.
We can rest hopefully easier knowing the ritual can't happen with the egg. And Jeff, before what happened to him happened, he said it had to be him. It had to be your father.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why.
So,
What concerns me as well is when he said that their intention is to hunt. It could mean that their intention is to continue on with what the hunt has already been doing, but I am concerned that they could be hunting something else.
I agree. And with whatever they're releasing, her, who knows? Fucking idiots getting involved in things like this. But I think we do. I think we push through and just get out of here, because what I did was very, very, very loud.
Twice.
So I think,
Hey, got you out of there.
yeah.
It was worth it.
But I think we go up. I think we go now.
Yeah,
All right.
be safer than down here at least.
Yeah.
You begin to leave this outskirts area and head further into the mists proper, heading towards your intended destination of getting to the edge of the mists and going back up to Caligo, yeah?
Yep.
Can we be super stealthy?
You can roll me stealth checks.
Yep.
I want to send Dusty the other way back to the place to see if there's any remnants of whatever Ica they used. I'm aware this is risky for him, but it's okay.
So, everyone, does everyone roll me stealth check, yeah?
Yeah.
What are they?
26.
Dirty 20.
23.
11. 12. It's 12.
Go crazy.
That's so...
Passive perception highest is you,
Yes.
right? What have you got?
19.
Okay. When you get into a more rural area, you're being quite quiet as you're making your way through the streets. Silence. You begin to hear a distant voice calling out for help.
Oh,
Oh my god.
God.
What does the voice sound like? A child, an adult, a man, a woman,
A
indeterminate?
monster.
Sounds like a man.
Okay.
Sounds like maybe a young adult.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just calling out for help. It is begging.
Oh, gosh.
It is crying. It is desperate.
What direction does it sound like they're coming from?
From the way that you're running, sounds like it's coming from sort of the left of you.
There's a screaming coming from that way. Somebody begging for help. Sounds in extreme distress.
Do you think you could...
And go scope it out. Can you stay in touch?
Yes.
What's the distance?
120 feet or so.
Does it sound like it's within 120 feet?
Probably just on the cusp of that, yeah.
Why don't y'all come with me for a little bit and then I'll
Okay.
veer off?
Give that to Margaret. Can.
I don't like this.
No.
Oh, it feels really bad.
Yeah. So they'll come with me for a little bit so that we stay well within the 120 feet.
Yeah.
And then I will... Is it dark enough? Is there lights in the street or can I be invisible?
You can down in the mists.
Mhm.
At any point, you can find shade to be invisible down here.
Sick. I will do that. I will try and remain invisible, and I just want to get eyes on it. And
100%.
can you do the frequent
Yeah.
check-ins?
Frequent. It's the periodic check-ins every 10 seconds or so.
It looks like down an alleyway off one of the main streets, there is a young dwarven guy, short, close beard and long hair that's parted in the middle, probably down to about the shoulders. That's brown hair, simple clothes. Maybe looks like a worker from one of these factories or from the fields. That's finished work, gone somewhere, had a drink or two, and on the floor in front of them, you see a tiefling, a red-skinned tiefling with black horns coming out the front, black fingernails, and a long thinnish tail that has sort of a diamond point at the end of it. In a similar garb, looks in that sort of factory worker clothing, but the tiefling looks unmoving, and the dwarf is just above them, grabbing their clothing, trying to drag them. And you can hear them just calling out, "Please! Please, anyone, help me! Please! Please, he's dead! I need to get him somewhere, please!"
Okay, he's dead. I'm going to... How far are we from the Zenith Temple?
That is the other side of town. You went back to the place near the Sit and Swell because you knew that was effectively a very barren place.
Can I try and get a bit closer quietly? I'm invisible, so he hopefully can't see me. And just have a look at the tiefling. Does it look like he's died through violence? Or just is dead?
Give me a perception check.
Jesus Christ. That is 13. With
Can't
expertise and advantage.
I'm doing a period of check-in. So do you let us know what's happening?
Yes.
As you let us know that this person's dead, and you see you can't really see what killed him, I'm gonna kind of run up, and I'm just gonna run in to them, and I'm just gonna say, I heard you're calling. I'm a doctor, kind of. Let me have a look.
He lets go of the clothing, and you take a look.
I'm gonna see if I can see what happened to them, or if they're still alive.
I'm gonna get my bow out just in case it's a trap.
We'll follow, and can I do an insight check?
Yeah, roll me an insight check. Theo,
going head first, that trap.
I'm
Theo,
the hero.
roll me a medicine check.
Oh, is that a natural 20?
No.
Oh.
No, I was a 10.
Oh.
Oh, nice. 17 plus 8, 25.
25, yeah? Okay. You get your bow out and begin to sort of look around the immediate space. You roll me a perception check as well. Ranga, what are you doing?
Ooh.
You don't have to do anything. If you don't, you can just follow.
Probably just maybe hide at the end of the alley just in case,
Okay.
someone kicks off.
You roll me a stealth check.
23.
23, okay, good to know.
That's so
You,
cocked. Oh.
at this very moment, think this is an honest plea for help. What did you get with your medicine check?
25.
This person is dead.
Okay. No sign of life at all.
No.
They're dead.
But you do see a couple of things.
Okay.
You see their eyes have been completely bleached of color. They look like whited
Uh-oh.
over.
Oh.
They look like there's something's blinded them. And
Uh-oh.
you
Yeah.
can see there are marks of where hands would have been around the neck.
Like choked to death.
Yeah. But it's strange. What did you get? 25?
25.
25 is unbelievably good. It seems like there wasn't enough force around the neck to kill from choking, like strangling. It seems like something else happened in that moment that has killed this person.
Something magical?
Maybe.
Okay.
Do I get...
Silence.
Sorry.
In this moment, as you get the bow out and Theo gets down on the floor and comes to the realization this person is dead, but sees these few things, you're looking around the place and you see on the floor just a little bit of blue liquid.
Okay.
You see this dwarf, like as you're checking him over, he looks at you and he sees your hands like checking this person's pulse and things like that, and you feel the dwarf's hand like grab hold of yours, and he says, "Please, I know somewhere that can still save him."
You do?
Yes, I do.
Tell me what happened to this man.
He was attacked out of nowhere. But then, after he attacked him, he tried to bring him back to life. He started to apologize and he ran. But please, listen to me, sir.
I'm listening.
Oh, God.
We need to go to Yvonne's rest now.
Yvonne's rest?
Yes, right now.
Okay.
The person there apparently can perform miracles. Please. I can't drag him on my own. He's too big.
How far away is it?
10 minutes.
Can I do an insight check on what's being said here?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to send a message to outside, whether it's Silence or Lenore there, probably you. Send a message. You haven't revealed yourself yet, have you?
No, but I am planning on coming over and grabbing your shoulder.
Okay. In that case, as you come over, I clock you there and I send a message to you. And I just say, this man needs help to move his friend. He seems sincere. This person's dead.
I got a dirty 20 on my insight.
This dwarf sounds like he's telling the truth.
I'm going to say back to Theo then, he is, yeah, we'll come. And I'll grab Ranga.
I said, my friends are coming. We'll help.
I suddenly appear. I grab your shoulder and I crouch down next to you and I say in Elvish, "It's Adam."
I freeze. My entire face goes pale. I say back in Elvish, "Are you sure?"
I'm gonna nod towards the blue mannerish stuff on floor.
I'm not going to look straight away. I'm going to look at you. And I'm just going to kind of gently move your hands from me onto him as I move away. And I'm going to go and investigate that blue.
Is the tiefling guy tall? Does he look like I can pick him up? I'm fairly
He
high.
looks like a average sized bloke. You could probably pick him up.
Okay, I'm going to try and pick him up.
You pick him up and you see the dwarf like wipes a couple of tears from his eye and like stands up, just shell shocked from the moments that have happened, or what was probably briefly from this point. As he like begins to try and guide you, as you move over, you see something that you're very familiar with, but you've only seen this in one instance since creating Adam, and that was when he was hurt in Parthenae.
In that building that he hid in.
Yeah.
His blood.
Yeah.
I'm going to say to the dwarf, I appreciate the need for speed.
Do you do a kickflip?
Yeah. Silence doesn't laugh.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, but I'm going to be honest with you. My friends and I are in a scrape of bother. We need to get there by the most inconspicuous route possible.
You see him like thinking through the route in his head, and he like begins to walk backwards away from you, almost setting off, whilst like nodding. Is like, "Okay, follow me." And
as you're talking to this guy, I look at this thing, I recognize it immediately, and I head back over and I almost interrupt you, and I grab the guy and I say, "What did you see? Who did you see? Who did this? Tell me everything. What did you see while it's fresh? Tell me."
He's talking to the dwarf, yeah?
Yeah.
You see like him like backing away, thinking about this, and you come over and you grab him, and he's just like in so many different thought waves at this point. And he says, "What do you mean? He came up and he teched."
Who did?
Just
Tell me, description.
The big guy. Just the big guy. He had loads of clothes on, but he had like really bright skin and eyes. But suddenly, when we were walking past, it's like his eyes, they turned.
Did he say anything? This man, think.
He did.
What did he say? I'm staring so intensely in this man's eyes.
He matches your gaze, and he looks past you at his tiefling friend, and he says, "He asked him why his kind's walking around here."
All right. Theodore. Oh, sorry, go on.
I'm going to say, as this is happening, I'm going to stand next to Silence and say quietly in Celestial, what's going on?
It's Adam.
I move away from this man, and I find just like a glass or a vase, just something nearby, and I'm like, fuck! And I throw it against the floor and smash it.
I've got this guy in my hand, so I can't touch you or hold you, but I'm at Theodore. Let's get this guy to help.
Mm-hmm.
We can grill them. We can find out what's happened here.
I'm going to quietly, while they're having a conversation, just lean into Ranga and say, it's Adam. Come on.
As you sort of move off to the side and throw this thing, this dwarf like looks really confused. But he says, come on, follow me. And you see him begin to dart off and try and stick to some back streets and stick to some back alleys.
When Lenore says it's Adam, can I quickly just look on the floor, see if there's any tracks?
Give me a
Even though we're rushing off.
survival check.
Where are we heading here, sorry?
We're going to somewhere called Hivan's Rest.
Hivan's Rest.
I thought you said Yvonne's Rest, and I was going to say that's my mum's name.
Yeah, we're going to
my
her
mum's
house.
You're going to your mum's house.
Yeah. Hmm?
Hmm?
26.
26.
Nice.
Oh.
You see some obviously large footprints that lead in the opposite direction as to where you are heading now, but you see them head off and you probably can track them, but they go out of your eyesight from this range.
Just want to know that they're there, so if we come back.
Okay. Good to know. He quickly dips and dives through these streets with you following.
I want to this blood. I'm going to put some on like a microscope slide.
Yeah, yeah.
Just going to put some on there and pocket it for now.
No problem. As you head, you get to a what looks like is quite a large building that was once. There's at least 3 stories here, but it looks like only the bottom story is lit up, and you can see that it's lit up in a way that is different to most places around here. You have seen this once before. It's using electricity.
Ooh,
It's using electricity just like in Osrendith.
in the mist.
In the mists.
Oh.
Not many other places around here use it. There's still like low enchantments of magic to, have ever kindling flames and stuff like that.
So if this is considered old-fashioned, having electricity.
It's not that it's old fashioned. It came about like 25 or so years ago, something like that. But it's just not used as much as magic is.
Yeah.
Farrahdor is very magic based right now.
Yeah.
So this is strange that it is. In fact, you two roll me a history check.
I dropped the tiefling because I've never seen anything like this in my life.
17.
15.
Oh. I rolled an 18. So I'm still a -1.
Stupid.
Hey,
So-
I'm predisposed. I'm thinking about other things.
I'll say right now, nothing comes to mind. But you see above the door,
Even with an 18? 17?
even with a 17.
Sorry, yeah.
It's quite an obscure. It's quite an obscure one. This one, but you head there and you see only this bottom floor seems lit. A lot of the curtains are pulled down at this point, but you see there is a set of double doors that isn't locked, isn't latched, or anything like that. You just hit them and they push open, and you can see in here there is a very open, planned area, but there's a lot of curtains. There's a lot of like boards put up to give people privacy. In here there is a lot of sick people, and there are people tending to them. As you head in, you see that there is a gnome at the front desk who you can't just roll your eyes at every gnome.
Jeez.
As you burst in and this person sees the body that you're holding, you just hear the gnome like look at you. What's happened?
It got attacked.
Is he alive?
No.
And you see the gnome like hop off the chair and run round and grab a bed that's like set off to the side and pull it out in front of you, so you can like lay the body down. As you lay the body down, you see the gnome like begin to push the cart as the dwarf follows. Do you all follow with?
Mhm.
You begin to follow with. You see it's like pushed through this like maze of beds and places, and you see sick people like coughing, and some people are saying goodbye to loved ones in here and stuff like that who couldn't be saved. But you see a open bay that this thing is pushed into, and you see this gnome like turn around and just say, "Give me a minute." And they run off out of sight, and you see this dwarf like run up beside the bed and like grab hold of this tiefling's hand. Please, 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 please. It's like the gnome like pulls the curtain. You wait a couple of minutes in this sort of morbid silence.
I'll ask the dwarf. What's his name?
Alistair,
Alistair, what's your name?
my name's Gideon.
I'm sorry about this, Gideon.
Well, it's not over yet.
No, but
So, yeah. Just
sorry.
keep
sorry
praying.
anyway.
Keep praying.
I will.
You see him just like begin to mutter under his breath a little prayer.
I'll go around the other side and I'll kneel and I will also pray to Kavandir and Celestial.
A handful of minutes later, you hear some footsteps walking towards you, and you hear the gnome telling somebody what they've heard. And the curtains get pulled back, and in walks a quite tall human individual who's got like long black hair pushed back, and there's an eye patch over one of the eyes. Underneath there is quite normal clothing, but you see in the hand, the last thing you hear before they enter is, "And you said that he is dead, yes?" And the gnome's like, "Yes." And you see him walk in, and as he walks in, he's got his hand inside of his coat, and he says, he walks over to the dwarf and you, and he says, "I'm very sorry for your loss, but if you could please just give me a little bit of space to work here." And you begin to move out of the way, and inside of his coat pocket you see him pull out a vial, but within it there is something that looks the same viscosity as ichor, but it has a far paler coloration to it.
Grey.
Like a dark grey. You see him pulls it out, and he like obviously goes through the tiefling's arm and tries to find the vein. He finds a vein, and he pulls a syringe out, and he takes the needle off. It's not particularly hygienic in here, but this man is doing his best. You see him, he pops the needle into the vial, and he begins to pull it out, and as he extracts the ichor, he like just throws the glass onto the floor. He levels it up and squirts a bit to get rid of any of the air, and he pierces the needle into the tiefling, and he begins to inject it. And as he begins to inject it, he holds his thumb over the injection as he pulls it out. And as he does so, he puts his like fingers on the pulse, and he waits for a minute. Can somebody please roll me a d20? Would you like me to roll it?
Should we do rollies to see who rolls?
Yeah, okay.
What is it? Lowest, does it?
I got
I got
15.
natural 20.
I got a 4.
Oh, 4.
Roll again. 4.
4 again?
Jesus Christ.
Natural 20.
So it's me.
Well, you don't want a 4.
No.
No.
I will also walk round to Gideon's side and put my arm on his shoulder. But he doesn't know that it's silence that's rolling. So
Oh.
14.
14. A few moments go by, and this person's like still got the finger on the pulse, and you can just hear him under his breath. Come on. Come on. And he's about to say it again. You hear the tiefling, like the air just re-enters his lungs. You can see that the irises turn slightly, but not completely. And you hear like a voice. I can't see. And you see the dwarf immediately run over and like hugs him, and he says, It's okay. We'll get it fixed. But you're alive. I can't believe it. And you see he turns round to you four, And he just says, "Thank you." And you see him just begin to cry.
Of course.
And he like grabs you and he runs you over to these four and he begins to hug him. As you see this man who's walked in with the eye patch on turns around and begins to tell the gnome a number of things that he's asking for. And he's like, wet towels, I need an IV drip, I need X, Y, and Z. And the gnome runs off and this doctor kneels back down and begins to just speak to this person softly, like calming him down and letting him know that he's okay and where he is and things like that. As the dwarf walks back away from you and towards the tiefling, the doctor here obviously just like backs up slightly and gives this person a little bit of space as he walks over to you.
In the commotion of like this guy coming back alive, can I try and nab like the needle that had this grey liquid in?
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and nab that? Like the empty needle.
So the empty needle was still in his hand.
Okay.
The vial that contained it, he dropped onto the floor.
I'll take that then.
You want to try and take that? Yeah, okay.
I don't want to try and figure out what it is later.
Give me a stealth check.
Can I get advantage because everyone's distracted by the guy becoming alive?
I'll say yeah. I'll say
Yay!
the person who really cares about this is the doctor, who is in that moment far too
That's so cocked.
That's very, very cocked.
far too pre-exposed.
Predisposed.
Predisposed.
It's a 10.
A 10?
Another 10.
Yeah.
An Eladin.
Is it a 10?
It's a 10, yeah.
Okay. You see that in this moment, as you kneel down near the doctor, his eyes go from the tiefling down to you, picking it up. But he looks back. He doesn't say anything in that moment.
What?
But he walks over to you.
That was very impressive.
It is, yes. You're right.
You brought him back from the dead easily.
I did not.
Do I clock that he saw me?
Yes.
I will, in that case, not try and pretend that I didn't see him. And I'll play it off and I'll kind of show it. What is this that you brought him back to life with? That's incredible.
It is a substance that is quite rife down here in the mists, but it has been refined.
Ica.
Yes.
We've encountered the unrefined version before.
You
Yes.
refined this?
I did, yes.
What are its limitations? It brings anyone back to life?
Well, it has a chance to, yes. It has quite intense healing properties. It has. Sorry, go on.
Does it have any side effects?
Not if it is refined correctly.
Wow.
Anyone back from the dead.
Yes.
I'm Lenore.
It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Rel.
Ral. This is you're the only one doing this here?
I am the doctor. There are many nurses here, but I am the only doctor.
You're doing a good thing.
Give me an insight check.
It's a 5.
No problem. Also now, you give me another history check.
Can I walk away from the group and go and kneel next to the tiefling again?
Gosh, you can. Yeah.
16.
17. 18.
17. That's
So-
what I'm lying.
It's a little easier now because you have his name. But well, the place is called Havan's Rest. This place uses electricity.
This is his motherfucking twin. This is the people who created the electricity in Osrendith.
Oh my god.
Oh
it is.
It's the twin who lived.
It is.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. For those of you at home, in our last campaign in Osrendith, electricity was a new thing to the city, and it was created by two brothers, Havan and Rel. Fistel. And unfortunately, Havan took his own life.
Yeah.
And Rel was never heard of again.
Because the comets hit. But the power plant was self-sufficient, but they had found a very large sea serpent that could do the job of running the power plant without it costing anything. Her van felt very guilty, took his own life because of it, because he didn't think imprisoning a creature was the right thing to do. But this gentleman has left.
And we recognize the name?
You know the name. You maybe don't know the deep history of that, but you understand that. You know the name. You know the name.
And can we tie it to electricity?
Yeah.
You're from Ostrendith. The electricity, it makes sense. You and your brother.
You can see in this moment, without an insight check, when you said anything about him being amazing for doing this, he seems like he dismisses it. You say he's doing a good thing. He doesn't seem like he accepts it. You talk of his accomplishments and where he's from, and he doesn't really want to talk about him.
Sorry.
It is okay. That is where I am originally from, yes. You are right.
I visited your museum many times as a child.
Good.
And now you're here.
I am, yes.
This is one of the only places down here that has electricity. Where are you getting it from?
I have my own generator.
Okay.
That powers just the bottom floor.
We're obviously not from around here. We've kind of fallen into this situation. They asked to help and we helped them. We're kind of predisposed to some things right now, but I'm gonna lower my voice. This seems like a safe place. Are you aware of the peace march that's happening? In 2 days?
I have heard of the peace march, but I do not think they will want anything from here.
No. But in case people get hurt, they'd be brought here?
I am prepared. I have many spare beds. I have much space still. The only things that I really get are people who have drunkenly hurt themselves or severe burns from handling things they should not in the mining fields.
For the shards?
Yes.
There's a lack of gear. We were at the speech.
The lack is an understatement.
We're caught up in this somehow, obviously. You're a very smart man, I'm sure you can see that. But why?
Why what?
Why the lack of gear? What's going on between up there and down here? It's obvious, but we haven't had a chance to speak to anyone actually from down here.
The people of the Mist feel that they are sick of being undervalued. And they have decided that they would rather put themselves in danger to be able to live freely from beneath the thumb of the people of Calico. We are still able to acquire some gear every now and then, and there seems to be whispers of a few people who can extract this stuff without. But it is a sad situation, but the cycle has to be broken at some point.
It does. You're right.
So you're on the side of revolution.
I am on no side.
And yet you came here. You choose to be in the mists.
I deserve to be here. I deserve to be in the mists. I deserve to help people.
Have you met this Kit person we've heard about?
I've heard the name, yes.
And you work with her, helping her people?
I do not work directly with Kit. I work directly with nobody.
We're looking for them. Do you know where we could find them?
I know that they frequent the Slick whistle.
Do they?
Convenient.
They can be found in and around it, though. They are not tied to the slick whistle.
You go there?
Maybe on a quiet day.
People who own it, are they well?
People what?
The people who own it, are they well?
Yes. A lot of people are fond of the people who own it.
I see a look in you that I've seen before. I feel it too. Around you. It's the same feeling I have. I've done terrible things too. I hold a lot of guilt for things that are my fault. And maybe you do deserve to be here. I don't know that. But you are choosing to help. In the same way that I am. So it's worth something.
You can see, as you say that to him, at no point does he break eye contact. At no point does he even blink. At no point does he even show an ounce of emotion. But in one of his eyes you see a tear, just like pool.
Same happens to Lenore.
I would disagree.
With what part?
All of it. Thank you for bringing the tiefling in.
Thank you for saving him. Are there other doctors here like yourself?
No.
You
Just
work alone.
yes.
You can refine Ica.
It is not a quick process, nor is it a cheap one.
Do you have enough to sustain this possible influx from the peace march?
It depends how severe the peace march is.
How severe do you think the peace march will be?
If they find what they are coming for, probably not severe at all.
And what's that? We're under the pretense that they're here to start negotiations and it's in the name. What are they looking for?
Make me a persuasion check.
$15. $16. Sorry. I only counted to 7.
They are looking for the person who has brokered this deal. The deal that takes the Colossus shard and its precious bone marrow and bone fragments and does not give it to Caligo. Gives
The
it
head
elsewhere.
of Kavir.
Yes.
And who is that?
His name is Falco.
Falco.
Is Kit associated with Falco?
Yes.
And where Kit is, will Falco be or is it not?
Probably. Falco is not a particularly easy man to get hold of, though.
But Kit might be easier.
Falco what? You are helping people. You think he's...
Which down?
You're looking for?
I've just lost my pencil.
That's not the way to do.
I know. Oh, I know. I just was looking for it.
You think he's in the business of helping people too?
Falco? I think he has got the people of the Mist's best intentions at heart.
Have you ever met him?
No.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Natural one.
Baby! Nice.
It's in my bag.
Though the deal is dangerous and many people have been maimed, some have even lost their lives,
Collecting the shards.
they understood. The deal was voted on by the people of the Mists. Falco does not run this place like Caligo does. He cares about the people.
Do you?
Yes.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
I mean, we're in a hospital.
13.
Yeah, but does he care about people? Does he care about his own soul, morals?
It's quite obvious that he cares about people. Probably far more than he cares about himself. And at this point, I think you get the sense that he is just trying to do anything to feel like he could ever redeem himself from something that's happened to him in the past.
It's hard when you see that look on someone else and not in the mirror.
Do you give yourself a break?
No.
You see the first tiny bit of emotion come on his face as he sort of like backhandedly smiles at you.
You know, we were kind of in a rush, but do you think it might be alright if we stay here? Do you think that might be best? We can, just sleep on the floor somewhere. We don't want to take up any of your beds.
We're being tracked by people.
Are they following you here?
We
Not
hope
that
not.
we know.
I hope not doesn't fill me with confidence.
Not that we know.
Our friend Silence over there, she's an excellent tracker. She's good at spotting if we're being followed. And she says we aren't, and I trust her.
I can't hear her. I'm talking to Alice.
Talking about you, not TM.
We all
Yeah.
trust her for what it's worth.
There are many, many spare beds. You do not have to sleep on the floor, and you can stay.
That's
But
kind
just
of you.
Stay towards the back. You can see, it's only really the first third of this floor that is being used right now. The second 2/3 are just have not really been set up, but there's some beds there, there's some cloths there, there's towels there, there's equipment there, and he just says, anywhere up there you can stay.
No.
Thank you. That means a lot. I practice medicine. Probably a bit unsimilar to yourself. I'd like to say I'd help, but we've had a long day and I'm completely out.
There are no instant emergencies, so there is nothing that you could really help with other than tending to people if you do want to, but do not feel obligated to do so.
Are you staying here tonight, Rel?
Yes.
We do really appreciate it, and just gonna give him a wry smile and just, good job.
Are you part of the hunt?
I am, yeah. We're just tying up some loose ends, and then we're maybe gonna go back up to see Dargath.
I know Dargath. He's one of the people who helps fund the refining of the Ica.
I see.
That does sound exactly like him. I know him quite well myself, and, he's got a kind heart. It's nice to know that he's trying to help out in his own way.
It's good to know.
What do you know of the Ica itself? You're a man who's seemingly worked with it for a number of years. We've had access to a vial and I had a look. And I found some things out about it. But I suspect you might know more. Do you know where it comes from exactly?
No.
The unrefined Ica? You don't?
No, this was not always a staple of the mists nor of Caligo. It turned up maybe 20 or so years ago.
How long? 20.
20 years ago.
Small it began, but now there are people addicted. There are people who use it to enhance their body for protective purposes. There are people who use it to try and mend illnesses and injuries, but then fall into the trap of depending on it.
A powerful and versatile drug.
Could be.
Maybe.
Possibly. And your refined ichor, does it have similar side effects?
None that we have seen so far. It is early days, still, but he looks back towards the tiefling. Right now, I think it does more harm than good, but only in that state. The original state, the raw state, that is far more dangerous, volatile, addictive. While it can have benefits, it has many drawbacks as well.
Is there anyone else refining it in the same way you are, but to the opposite degree?
There are people manufacturing it. There's only one other person I know.
And they're here in the mists?
Yes.
Are they connected with Falco or Kit?
No.
I don't expect you to tell me, but
His name is Ulrich Blackthorn.
It's what?
the doctor.
Oh, yeah, well, probably could have guessed that, I guess. Oh my god.
Falco and Kit. I think Falco understands that right now it is a necessary evil. Because his people are hurting. His people are dying. And I cannot make enough to bring everyone back and salve everyone's wounds, but... So they are going to the unrefined version for relief and for pain relief. And Falco wishes this was not the case, but I don't think he has any other choice right now. We are caught between a rock and a hard place.
It feels like it. That Dr. Blackthorn is not a good man.
No, I agree. He is not.
As soon as I heard that name, I'm just going to walk off towards the back of the room.
Is anything else?
Not right now.
Rel, may I find you later?
Yes, I will be about.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Can I have a conversation with the tiefling?
Yeah. You see him, like, laid on the bed there, and the colours sort of come back to his eyes a little bit, and you can see that he's got, like... He can sort of see, but he's very visually impaired right now. And you see the dwarfs, like, calmed him down a bit, and there's almost, like, a moment where there's, like, a laugh of relief, sort of realising what he's gone through. But he's just laying on the bed there.
I'm going to crouch down next to him and see that, because he still hasn't got his sight back. I'm just going to say, Alistair, and I'm going to put my hand down on the bed, like press it down so that he can feel that there's a presence next to him.
Yeah, you sort of see him, like, flinch a little bit, and then you see the dwarf. Oh, it's all right. She's the one who brought you here. Okay.
I understand how confusing and disorienting what just happened to you is. I realize you won't be able to see it, but your friend here might be able to tell you that my eyes look remarkably similar to yours did a few minutes ago. I lost my sight in a similar way, and mine took a lot longer getting back than yours seems to, so hopefully, shortly, your sight will be as it was.
Oh, blind friends.
I think I can feel it getting a bit better already.
Good. And if it does not come back fully, you talk to me. I lasted a few months with no sight at all. I can give you some tips on getting about.
Okay.
I have a few questions about what happened to you. I think what happened to you is connected to what happened to me, somewhat. And my friend over there, the gentleman, the well-spoken gentleman you might be able to hear, he's interested as well, and I apologize in advance if his line of questioning is a bit much. He's very passionate, but he helped you just as I did. If anything here gets too much, you tell me and I'll keep folk away from you.
Thank you. You seem like a very kind person.
Right. Well, do you mind if I ask you a few questions about what happened?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I understand a gentleman grabbed you, started asking you questions about yourself. Can you describe to me what happened next? I know that a bright light happened. I'm sorry for asking it so bluntly, but do you recall what it was that killed you? Do you recall how it felt to die?
I'll start from the beginning. We'd just been at the Slick Whistle, and we were just having a couple of drinks, and then we were on our way home, as we do most nights. Spending all our money on drinks. It's not us, not ourselves, to spend our money on down here, and you see the dwarf juckles as well. And I saw him coming down the street the opposite way. I think I've seen him at the mining fields as well. Big guy. Really, really big. Imposing. Funny coloured skin. And I don't mean that in a rude way or anything like that. I just haven't seen anyone with like it's like a human skin, but it glows blue. It's weird. But yeah, saw him. And I thought, oh, I've seen him at the field a few times.
After hearing this, I'm going to pop over.
And I smiled at him. You know, just a friendly smile. So I've been like, oh, hey, I've seen you before, you've seen me. And he smiled at me. Thought, next time I see him, I'll say hi to him. We walked past each other. And then I heard him ask me a question. And at the beginning, I thought I misheard him. He said, what are your kind doing round here? Or something of that effect. I turn around and he's staring at me. But his eyes ain't blue. His skin ain't blue. It's all gold.
Yeah.
It's all glowing. And he walks towards me. And I asked him, what do you mean? And he says, what are you doing walking these plains? And then he grabs me by the throat and he lifts me in the air. And again, it's not, I don't think he strangled me or anything like that. But the light, it was so bright. Everything just got so much. And then it all went black. But it was warm. And then the next thing I know, I'm in here. And you're here.
Did it, was there a burning feeling alongside it? Or was it just light and then nothing?
It was hot, yeah. It was intense. But you know when it's like so hot you don't know if it's cold.
My friend Theodore, who I mentioned before, has walked over now.
Hello,
She says you gotta be nice.
I'm very nice. I'd like to think. I'm interested in hearing this as well. This person who attacked you, when you've spoke to them before.
No, haven't spoken to them. Seen them before.
Never spoke to them. And do you know if they're working there? Do you know if they were just passing through?
I've only seen them a few times recently, so I imagine they're new. But yeah, they've been working in the fields.
And do you know if they spoke to anyone else there? Have you seen them interacting with anyone else? Do you have a foreman, someone who you would have had to go to acquire the job?
I mean,
Something like that.
I mean, we have foremen, yeah.
Do you know their name?
My foreman's name? Foreman Gissing.
Gissing. Thank you. And is there just one field, or is there multiple fields?
So he says to you, we all work on different things.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us are extracting the shards of the bone. Some of us are extracting the marrow from inside. Some of us are extracting the shard. But extracting the shard, while it pays the most, it's because it's the most dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we don't have a huge amount of equipment.
And does Foreman Gissing handle all of those different areas?
He can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you happened to have heard any rumors about that guy? Is he somehow more capable of handling the shards than other people?
Oh, I haven't heard it about him exactly, but there's been rumours that we found somebody who can touch it without needing any gear.
Right.
Which right now is a real hot commodity.
I can imagine. And can I take your hand?
Yeah?
I take his hand, and I'm going to say, did he, the second, when he looked different from usual, when his skin weren't blue, when it were gold, I'm going to put his hand to like my face. So, did he have any markings similar to what you can feel upon my skin?
I'll roll for him. I'm sorry, I don't know.
That's all right.
It just got so light so quick. I was panicking because he didn't seem like he liked me anymore, and
No.
he came at me pretty quickly.
That must have been scary. I'm sorry you went through that.
I just died, so I don't know if it can get much scarier.
Well, you're alive now. That's all that matters.
I am.
Hopefully your sight will come back.
Yeah,
I'm sure it will. It looks like it's starting to already.
Getting a bit better, yeah.
I can give you, I don't know if you care. I can give you half an explanation. I can't tell you everything what happened to you because I think knowing is a little dangerous, but I don't know if it'll...
I say it in Elvish. Don't tell him too much.
I won't.
Thank you.
Look, if it's dangerous, I don't want to know.
Okay.
I just want to get up, go to work, go with a slick whistle, come home. That's all I want to do.
The only advice I will give you then is avoid him, but you can treat the two appearances of him as two different people. If you see the blue version, get away. If you see the gold version, get away faster.
That doesn't sound good.
The blue one don't want to hurt you.
Okay.
I have one more question about his physicality.
Okay.
Did he look in either iteration
taller than 6'3".
6'4", actually. Did he look mutated in any way? As if you said he was tall, he was huge. Did he look damaged from his height, for want of a better term?
You hear the dwarf speak up,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "It'll be damaged now because I fucking give him 1-4.
I don't think he did.
I wouldn't
I did.
recommend that.
I fucking give him a good old stabbing in the ribs.
You stabbed him in the ribs,
Yeah,
and he just took that.
yeah.
That was brave that you helped your friend, Gideon. Don't rest on those laurels. The stabbing ain't gonna kill him.
What
If you
silence said applies to you too. If he's blue, get away. If he's gold, get away faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was? I thought this guy, the dead guy, was Gideon. What's the dead guy called?
Alistair.
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 That guy's Gideon.
Okay.
The dwarf is Gideon. Who said he stabbed him?
Yeah.
He's not evil. He is severely misguided. That don't mean nothing to you, but I just felt the need to say it.
When you've
teen.
when you've seen this blue man, presumably this is how you've seen him most of the time. The gold was just the once.
Yeah, I've never seen him look like that before.
When you've seen him blue, has he seemed nervous? Has he seemed confident? Has he seemed like he has a purpose? Has he seemed worried? How would you describe his general demeanor?
When he's blue.
Okay, that's not a demeanor though.
No, give me a second.
Okay.
I'm not finished. She said you'd be nice.
Sorry.
I got Theodore.
Sorry. I'll be patient.
No, he's the patient.
I shoot Ranga from across the room. Sorry.
I use power word kill on Ranga.
Oh, yeah, we all do, actually.
Yeah.
He says, when he's blue, which is most of the time I've seen him. That's the only time I've ever seen him like that.
Mhm.
And again, I've only seen him a few times round. Oh, he's a big guy. Big, massive, muscular, imposing. Doesn't act like it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I saw him in the street, he barely wanted to make eye contact. And then when I smiled at him, he smiled back. Seems meek. Seems shy. Seems a little lost.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
I was only joking, by the way. You've been pretty nice.
Thank you. I'm trying.
And thank you all, by the way, for bringing me here.
It's all right.
Gideon said that I'd have died if it wasn't for you lot. Well, I did.
I know that the doctor's already worked his magic on you, Alistair. Would you mind if I looked you over as well?
Sure.
He's a doctor of sorts.
I'm also a doctor. I just... Yeah, the doctor brought you back. Rel brought you back, but he doesn't have time to thoroughly examine you. I'd like to, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. You might feel some tickling sometimes, or...
Oh, don't tickle me. Oh, I'll be giggling.
I'm going to...
Yeah, feather on the woman's foot.
I'm going to say in Elvish, tell him where you're going to touch him before you do. He can't see what you're doing.
Good idea. I will do so. I'll as I do each thing. So I'm going to do an identify.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just do an identify. I've already done a medicine check. I guess I got all I can from that because it was a whatever it was. But I'm going to do an identify on him, and I'll kind of theme it like a medical examination again. You know, can prod and poking and stethoscope and all that nonsense. And I'll describe each step as I go.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
What I kind of want to know
Yeah.
is So obviously the choking didn't kill him.
No.
And someone can physically blind someone, but not like how he's been blinded, right? You'd have to sell their eyes out, whatever. Something, he blinded him in some way. He, maybe drained his essence, or maybe he used like a burning like you. I want to kind of figure out what happened there. And I want to, I guess, figure out what the capabilities of Adam are. Is that's what I'm kind of figuring out. Is just what's he capable of? What's he done to this person, and how has he done it? Or like
Okay.
that kind of thing.
You roll me an investigation check or a medicine check, up to you.
Hey, 22.
22.
Yes.
While you're looking over, it looks like, and from the story describes, that when Adam shifts or changes for whatever reason into Uriel, he gets a different set of skills that he's maybe not able to tap into himself.
Yeah, makes sense.
And this looks like some sort of like divine, holy shock or fire of some description that has just been so intense that it has overwhelmed this tiefling in this moment.
And this, Matthew, I'm guessing, is similar to what happened when he shifted in Parthenae, but this one's a bit more controlled.
Maybe a bit more controlled, and you know that in Parthenae, he was in the ban,
Yes. Yeah.
and nobody was close to him.
No. But
It still did.
she
Yeah.
saw it from where
Lenore's
she
eyes.
It
was.
still
Yeah,
took my vision
exactly.
away for a moment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it depends on the proximity,
Mm-hmm.
and the dwarf tried to stab him at the same time.
Yeah.
So he was obviously close. So there was something about the physical touching as well
Mhm.
that led to this person being the one who got most affected here.
So so from what I can gather, it looks like he is kind of because originally he clearly had no idea how to use these powers in this body. Now it looks like he's figuring it out a bit because this seems more focused, more intentional than what he did before.
So you don't know if what has happened here has anything to do with Adam.
No, I'm
No.
talking about Uriel now.
Uriel's gotten more used to the body.
Yeah,
than
that's
he-
what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Adam did this, but it seems like Uriel's figuring it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two things that also happen while we are still here, and you let me know if anything else you want to do while you're here, but you fully check him over, and those are the things that you discern.
Cool.
As you're checking him over, the dwarf, Gideon, comes over to you and
Mhm.
just asks you to come away from the bed.
I will, as I go, I'll squeeze Alistair's hand and I'll say, "My name's Silence. If you need me, shout for me."
Thank you, Silence.
And then I'll go with Gideon.
You take Gideon over, and Gideon sort of like moves away from Alistair in particular. It doesn't look like he's trying to move away from Theo. It looks like he's trying to move away from Alistair. There's one part of the story that Alistair's not telling you,
All right.
and it's probably because he was dead at the time.
Okay.
But after Alistair died, this guy, he turned back.
Yeah.
The gold, it all went away. He was blue again. And when he realised what he'd done, he desperately tried to bring him back.
Hmm.
He was crying. He was sobbing. He apologised to me.
Yeah.
But when he realised what he'd done and it couldn't be undone, he ran away. He was scared. It's like he was two different people.
He is two different people. That's what I didn't want to overload Alistair with information, and
Yeah.
you use your discretion as to whether or not to tell him, but he is two different people. I don't know about the one who tried to help. I know a bit about the one who killed him. He's an old soul. He ain't been here for a very long time. That is the cause of the confusion here. But that doesn't matter to Alistair, and that doesn't matter to you. I'm not asking you to look upon him favorably. But he is old, he is confused, and he is dangerous. And just because I don't think he's evil doesn't make him any less dangerous to you and yours. So I mean it when I say, you see him again, you get out of it.
Oh, I'm running.
Yeah.
I won't try and stab him again.
No, don't.
No. I'll run.
I think the stab is what brought the other one back, and that's good. But you can't take your chances like that again.
Okay. Alright, well, thank you. So it was silence, eh?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's
Honestly,
alright.
like, I can't put into words how much you've helped me and Alistair today, and I'd have been lost without him. So, thank you.
That's okay. If you ever do see him again, Scarpering is your number one priority. On a personal request, I would say, when you are sure that you and your friends and whoever is safe, if you can find myself or my companions and tell us, it is imperative that we find him. I hope I can talk some sense into the other one, the gold one. I'm less likely to be injured by him than others.
Okay.
If you see him,
I'll let you know.
yeah, thank you.
No problem. Thank you. And you see him wander back off towards Alistair just to be near him while you're finishing your... and the last thing that I have to get through before any of you can roleplay your little hat out
Yay!
on the nighttime is later on in the evening. While you're doing all of this with Alistair, Rel is in and about, and he is just, going about his business. He's hooking him up to an IV drip and stuff like that to make sure he's like fully hydrated. He is making sure he's comfortable and things like that. He's not engaging in any conversation. He's just doing his job around you.
Okay.
He sees that you're doing a medical investigation and sort of almost like absentmindedly just like catches your eye at some point and thanks you. And then he walks off. But he's in and around when you're having these conversations. On the nighttime, sort of, which is the nighttime now, but as everything sort of winds down, he comes to find you later.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to speak to me?
Yeah.
And she'll take him and her like to, I don't know if he has like a private area or something like that, like, and just like have a seat with him. I mean it. What I said. Looking at you, it's written all over you. Grief is a heavy, heavy cloak. Guilt is a heavy, heavy cloak.
I have a lot of it.
Me too.
I have a big regret that I spend every day trying to undo in my heart.
Me too.
It has been 20 years now, but the pain hasn't gone away.
That's good to know.
I have filled my life with trying to help other people, thinking that it may soften the burden on my soul, but it doesn't.
That's how you get away from it.
That's how you escape it. Trying to help others.
Yes.
Does it?
There are days where I am so busy that I don't have time to think about it. But it is not a scale that balances itself out.
No. It's a deep well that gets longer and darker. And I've been told that grief is just love with nowhere to go, but doesn't quite feel as poetic as that.
And I do these good deeds. And I try and help as many people as I can. And it feels like the well fills to the point where I could almost grasp the top. But it is never in reach.
Do you think it ever leaves us?
I don't think so.
I was told acceptance is the way forward. How can you accept what you've done when you know what you've done is terrible?
You see him sort of think for a minute. I could maybe see it. Some days I can't help but think about what I have done. And maybe when I think about it more, it becomes a little easier to think about. But it is still not easy.
I wanted to see you. Selfishly for 2 reasons. You said it was a passing comment. You could bring anyone back with your Rika. I don't know if there's any restrictions on that. If you meant that.
I mean, it is not a spell like magic. It is not written in scripture. It does not have written limitations. The principle of if the soul is willing, it can return to the body.
Is that your principle or?
That is the principle of refined Ica.
But you need the body.
Yes. And you need the soul to be willing.
Okay. And she's gonna test the water. Like they've sat down together and I don't know. She'll test the water by moving slightly closer to him and seeing if he objects.
He does not.
And she's gonna get to the point where she has her legs crossed and she like touches her foot against his knee to see if he objects.
He does not.
You help others to forget. I can show you how I forget. And she's just gonna lean over and kiss him.
You do? He doesn't resist. And you, in his private quarters, we fade to black.
She spends the evening with the doctor.
But
no more.
Oh my gosh.
I will say, in the morning or whatever, he does mention to you. I heard your friends talking about a gentleman. A big gentleman. A blue gentleman.
The person who attacked Alistair. Yeah.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
He was brought to me.
When?
Maybe 2.5 weeks ago now.
What for?
He was in a dreadful state. On the cusp of dying. But he is no ordinary man.
No. He is not.
He is made of magic.
Yes,
It
he
flows
is.
through his very veins.
Yes, it does.
I had to source mana from somewhere and rejuvenate him and stitch him back together, as he had suffered many injuries. But I did. And he was unconscious for a good long while. But it turns out when he came to, he just ran.
Do you have any idea where he was brought to you from?
No, they said they found him in the streets.
And he was injured already?
Yes.
He's...
While the Mists is not an evil place, it can be a dangerous place. And I think he maybe was on the wrong end of a disagreement.
Do you know who could have done this to him? Is there any signs that you'd seen before of violence?
Nothing that could tell you exactly who it is.
Okay.
Sorry.
No. I don't know how much you heard. I don't know how much my friends would be comfortable with me telling you, but he's exactly as you say. He is unlike anything you or I have ever come into contact with. And from what you saw from Alistair, he's dangerous.
He is extraordinary.
In what way?
He is amazing. He is a marvel.
Physically?
Yes.
What about? You said he seems scared.
No. I didn't even get to speak to him.
He ran.
He turned up unconscious. He was unconscious for a while I attempt to put him back together. But one day I was tending to him. I went to go and get some supplies, and by the time I'd come back, he'd ran.
He is. Potentially, he could be a marvel, yeah. He was created to be so.
By who?
I don't know. But there is a price on everything. There's a price to perfection. At least there should be. And I think he is a perfect example of this. He is not. His soul is not all right. Why are you telling me this?
Why am I telling you what?
Your opinions on him being amazing.
No, I don't think. There's... Life is a complex thing.
Yeah.
I more mean the means of making him, not the idea of making him. Creating life is... And you see just like confusion, moral confusion wash over this obviously very emotional man, and he just...
She's gonna, like, if they're still, like, I don't know, laying around together, she's gonna, like, cup his face and kind of bring him back to her.
The very act of physically creating him would be so difficult. The moral is not what I think is amazing.
We're in agreement then. What would it take for someone to create something like that? Everything has a price. What would his creators have been?
I understand. Putting him together piece by piece meticulously must have taken, God, so much time and effort and understanding. But for it to be alive, I do not understand that part.
What?
What did he say?
I said Theo's loving hearing all this while he's sat on the cook chair.
I unzip Theo's mouth so he can talk.
Do you have something to say about this?
Little man. Lenore's gonna really study him to really try and get a read on what he's thinking here. Can I do an insight check on if he is kind of musing the truth about what he believes that has happened with Adam?
Yes.
It's a 5.
I mean, it's strange. To a lot of people, this guy's probably really hard to read. But for some reason, you don't get the nuances. But a man who thinks about the cost of a life probably on a daily basis, and the fact that he feels responsible for one no longer being here. He doesn't agree with the moral side of it. You think, as a doctor or as somebody who is steeped in just inventing and pushing boundaries and stuff like that, he is impressed by just the act of putting it together and making it work, but is also maybe a little confused as to why it does.
Would it take a toll on someone doing that?
On the person who created it?
Yeah,
In what way?
in every way.
I mean, to begin with, physically, mentally, yes, it is a hard feat. But emotionally, and to see that it has done this, I imagine it weighs heavy.
Lenore's gonna get like a couple of tears in her eyes, but she'll just like wipe it away with her shoulder. Okay. And she'll get up and like put her clothes on and get dressed, and kind of linger by his door a little bit. I'll see you again.
I would like that.
Who did you lose, if I may ask?
My brother.
Sorry.
Thank you.
She'll actually come back from the door and give him a kiss on the forehead.
So just a little smile across his face. What about you?
My lover. Love of my life. Captain of my ship.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. If you see Adam again. She doesn't say Adam. Oh my god. She doesn't say Adam. She doesn't say Adam.
Okay, that's fine.
If you see that man again. If you see Adam and
If you see
Uriel
Adam,
again.
son of Theodore.
And Theodore's the guy in the cook chair, by the way. And then
Matthew has a heart attack.
and then also there's the Archangel Uriel, who's connected to her.
Ranga's just kind of here.
Yeah, so am I. If you see that man again, please could you let me know? I mean it, he's dangerous.
He sort of, like, there's a window in this room and you see him sort of look out towards Alistair and he says, "Oh, I can see that.
Please do not get hurt.
I won't."
Okay. She's a bit awkward for a moment. I'll see you around.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You head out. We are going to Call it that.
Oh my god.
I was going to say,
But
can we go back to the night before next time?
Yeah,
100%.
I have
Yeah.
things that I wanna
We're
say
going to
as
go
well.
to, when we come back, we're going to go to just post you two being with Alistair.
Yeah.
So you can have any role play. Make sure you write it down, things that you want to
Yes.
say, so you
Yeah.
don't forget them for next time. You as well, Ranga, as I know that you have heard some stuff that's maybe upset you. And make sure that they are all fresh, but I don't want to run too late so we miss the train. But that was a nice little bit of fucking
Doozy.
session there.
Oh god. Oh my
Not
god.
a law drop episode, not at all.
No.
No.
Oh my god, Adam.
Man.
I feel so bad
Oh my
for him,
God.
dude. Fuck. Oh man.
I'm gonna completely mix up what you've been told and what you've
Yeah.
been told. Because
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
been told a bunch of stuff and you've been told a bunch of stuff.
To be fair, it was kind of silence. Definitely got more.
Yeah, but
like,
the whole thing about Adam
technical.
coming in.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
got everything that happened from the moment this tiefling saw him to the moment he died, and
Yeah.
then a moment after
Yeah.
that the dwarf was only privy to. And you have been told
We're not
that
gonna got the prologue to that, I guess.
he was brought here, and
You say 2.5 weeks ago?
yeah.
Yeah.
So after basically in the timeline, after you saw him at Parthenae, but the whole time that you were traveling, he basically came straight here.
Mhm.
Right.
And something happened to him.
And he.
You know he was already in bad shape then
Right.
because he was already losing mana at that point.
Yeah.
So
And he'd been attacked. Or something. Like, Rel reckons that
He
he
was-
just got on the wrong side of something.
yeah, or he was just in bad as fuck shape anyway.
Yeah.
Can I just ask a question about Farmer Ethel?
Yeah.
When he described him, did he A, describe his skin as being blue? And did he B, describing as being as massive as everybody is saying he is now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
He's-
I kind of thought he was like...
So the thing is with Ethel, also a massive dude.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah.
wasn't as much of a thing for him as he was a fucking big lad.
Ethel
But-
didn't see up close though, did he? Because Ethel just kind of
Middle
Let
of the
him-
night,
yeah.
across a dark farm. He didn't describe his skin as blue,
Yeah.
Right.
but you know
the
Theo
physical
has.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
he did describe his eyes as blue.
Okay.
Oh, golly, gosh.
Golly
Goodness
fucking
got
gosh.
me. And then fucking Jeff got away.
Oh,
that was the bad.
Oh my
We
Jeff
haven't
got
even
away.
gone over the
I'm
whole.
not even here next week.
Just cancel your holiday.
Yeah,
I wish.
Oh my god.
Oh.
no.
What do we do?
Oh
What
no.
we do, we're going to go find Adam.
Yeah. We're gonna go find
Us
Adam.
three
Oh,
are going
this
to
And
is
we're gonna go
dreadful
kiss
news.
Adam.
Yeah, we're going to go make
Oh
friends with Adam.
no.
Oh my god.
Then make sure you write the shit down.
Oh my
so
god, can we just go
Okay.
until fucking 2 a.m?
Yeah. Big roleplay session next
No.
week. We all just hang out in this.
And talk about,
Yeah.
let's talk about
Hospital.
Adam for a whole fucking hour.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no. Oh dear. Well, we
Oh
can
my
we can put
fucking God.
footnote. We can put a pin in Adam. How about
Yeah.
that? We'll put a pin in Adam.
Yeah, we won't discuss Adam anymore.
Yeah.
just don't talk about
We
everything.
won't track him down or anything
No,
like that.
we won't.
We wouldn't do that to you.
We won't literally all get married to Adam.
Oh my god. I'm going to miss out so much.
Dear.
Oh my
well,
god.
make sure you write your stuff down, and we will talk around Adam. And then when you're back, we can go back and actually
Okay.
properly talk about Adam. We won't pursue Adam without you.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, there's only one.
I mean,
we
you
do have
also
Other
don't
things
know where
we
he is.
desperately need
Sure.
to pursue.
Yeah, literally
We
desperately.
desperately need to go and find out what's going on
literally desperatly. Yeah.
Oh my
we
god.
shan't progress Adam without you.
And I
Put a pin
won't
in
destroy the egg when Theo's not here.
No.
As much as I want to punch that egg to death.
But anyway, thank
Gosh.
you all for watching.
Yay.
Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed yourself. We're going to see you next Thursday. Bye.
I want to.
And once again, another huge thank you to our patrons and our YouTube members, and a huge shout out to our entity tiers.
Hoobs,
Ariel,
Tula,
Runarian,
Arkham Labs cosplayer,
Maddie,
Luna,
Teddysaurus,
Caspian,
J-Spot TX,
Ultrafail,
Dallin M,
Sleepy,
Joe Dragonlord 2,
Alistar,
Lawkeeper Society,
Ricky B,
Catherine,
Fowskin,
Azuriel,
Panda Queen Plays,
Xylo Boy,
Lucas Iapetus,
Luna River,
Crestamancy,
The Tacos Are Here,
Hairy Godfather,
Rain Anana,
Scrimbles,
CJ Chantel 1313,
Keplin 1000,
Pretend It's You Ace,
Leaxel,
Dana,
Captain Hades,
Sloby1,
Amelia A,
Rebecca K,
Banoffee Spy,
Tears of the Sun,
BH,
Crumley,
Dink Twin,
Light of Hearts,
Nathan W,
Timbo,
Melosaurus Rex,
The Nerdy Dreamer,
Stephen R.
Simple Gin.
Thank you all so much for the support. You have no idea how much it helps.
And if you too would like to become a patron or a channel member here on YouTube, click the link in the description or the join button down below.